favorite movie is The Dark Knight. I like this movie because of Heath Ledger's amazing performance as the Joker. Last summer I went to China and I went to a football camp at UNC. That was lots of fun. In China, I had my own class of 7 to 9-year-olds. I got to teach them English. That was great. I got to meet college students there, visit the college there at Renmin University. My goals in life are find something that I love doing and that I'm passionate about. What I'll remember most about being a sailor is we always play our hardest and commit and do well. My name is Caleb Cuevas. I'm a senior and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Celebrations, formerly known as In Celebration of Kids, is open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 7. Check out the brand new candy store with nostalgic goodies and awesome additions to the arcade like air hockey, dig dug, and more. Celebrations has a great selection of kids' toys, apparel, and gifts. The cafe upstairs offers 25 flavors of Hawaiian shaved ice. Book your party today at steamboatcelebrations.com or call 879-3333. Celebrations, located in downtown Steamboat. Fun for kids of all ages.
Go Sailors! Burlette Roofing is a full-service Colorado contractor specializing in damage restoration from roof damage and assisting you in the recovery process following a property damage event. Visit burletteroofing.com for more information and a free consultation. That's BERLETroofing.com. Burlette Roofing is proud to support the Steamboat Sailors football team for the 2019 season. Visit burletteroofing.com for more details.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Cash Myring. I am a junior in school. My number is 66. I play center and guard, and I've been playing for 5 years. I also like to throw in track, and outside of school, I am involved in 4-H. I hope to go to college at Colorado State Vet School, and if playing football in college would be a dream come true. In 10 years, I see myself hopefully out of college and working in the veterinary field of medicine. My favorite subject in school is science because it's something I've always been interested and passionate about. My favorite movie is Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, because it's a classic and I grew up watching it a lot on VHS. Last summer, I worked quite a bit, hung out with friends, and we went and caused mischief throughout the town. My goal for this season is to receive my varsity letter. My goals for life are to be successful and happy. What I remember most about being a sailor is probably the brotherhood, camaraderie, and friendship between my teammates. My name is Cash Myring. I'm a junior in school, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
I'll let his dad throw him out of that seat.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
I'm the cameraman.
Greetings, Yampa Valley. For over 25 years, Johnny B. Good's Diner has been your hometown eatery, serving delicious home-cooked food with excellent service and a smile. We have breakfast all day, every day, fast-filling, affordable lunches, enjoyable family dinners, or decadent desserts. It's all here at Johnny B's for a great price. Dine in or carry out 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until close every day of the year. Isn't it time for a meal at Johnny B. Good's Diner, 738 Lincoln, downtown Steamboat Springs?
This is Skip Yerdorf from Alpine Lumber here in Steamboat Springs. Alpine Lumber is a Colorado company and is committed to being the best supplier of materials and related services to the professional builder and homeowner throughout the Yampa Valley, offering lumber and building materials, hardware, paints, and stains. We are proud to sponsor Steamboat Springs Sailors football this season. Easy to find Alpine Lumber, located on Pine Grove Road past Walgreens. Alpine Lumber, employee-owned and operated, contractor's choice, homeowner's friend.
Steamboat Resorts has been welcoming the world to the Yampa Valley for more than 30 years. Hi, this is Todd Seifkin, Executive General Manager for Steamboat Resorts. With a large array of properties situated around the mountain base, we can host you, your family, and friends for your next Steamboat vacation. Call us at 879-8000 and ask for your Locals Connection discount. That's 879-8000 or go online to steamboatresorts.com. Steamboat Resorts, the lodging leader.
Let's go, sailors! Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of Yampa Valley Bank, Steamboat's only locally owned bank and proud sponsor of the Steamboat High School football broadcasts. Is there a better setting to cheer on your hometown Sailors than Gardner Field? Steamboat High School Athletics, an example of our genuine hometown, Yampa Valley Bank, genuine hometown banking. If you're looking for a better banking experience, walk, or better yet, rush through our doors. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Chris. I'm a junior in high school. I'm number 7. I'm a running back. I played football for 3 years. I also like to play track. Outside of school sports, I also work at the Boys and Girls Club. I would like to go to college, but I don't know what college I'd like to go to. Hopefully in college, I'd like to play either football or track. In 10 years, I see myself either being a track star or a football star. My favorite subject in school is history. My favorite movie is Endgame. The reason I like Endgame is because it has a lot of drama and action. Last summer, I went to Tennessee, and also I visited some family and hung out. My goals for the season is to get a lot of touchdowns.
He's got a job over there.
My goal in life is hopefully be a successful man. What I remember most about being a sailor is the brotherhood and the positivity that the team gives. My name is Christopher. I'm a junior and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM. Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, The Corner Slice, Mountain View Car Wash, Steamboat Ace Hardware, Russell's Auto Salon, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, the Allerton Agency with Allstate, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals, and Chris Puckett with the Downtown Edward Jones office.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
So you can stand on it.
Now let's go to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Football.
Welcome to Gardner Field. We are ready for some Steamboat Sailors football. It is Homecoming Friday, and your Steamboat Sailors are fresh off a big win against the Battle Mountain Huskies, and they are getting ready to take on the Summit County Tigers. Live from Gardner Field with me, my partner on the mic, Mr. Mike Deemer from Johnny B. Good's Diner. How are you, bud?
Nice lead-in. You had me in suspense there.
Hey, me
Welcome
too.
to Homecoming Friday night, everybody who's listening. We're super psyched to be up here in the booth and to broadcast Homecoming's game, and really looking forward to tonight. A lot of good stuff going on. We'll catch up to after the national anthem.
Well, the captains are on the field right now, and it looks like... There you go, bud. Remember, you can listen and watch this game on the World Wide Web by going to YouTube and searching out the Steamboat Radio YouTube page. You can listen online at steamboatradio.com or downloading.
Yeah, so we got a little time here before the national. I always get a little reticent to be yammering on because right before the national anthem, want to show respect to the country. But I spoke with the coaches. The defense, I guess, had a really good week of practice. They were really on point. Not saying anything against the offense. It's just the skinny right now is that the defense is looking super sharp. We are going to cut to the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Yampa Valley. For over 25 years, Johnny B. Good's Diner has been your hometown eatery, serving delicious home-cooked food with excellent service and a smile. We have breakfast all day, every day, fast-filling, affordable lunches, enjoyable family dinners, or decadent desserts. It's all here at Johnny B's for a great price. Dine in or carry out 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until close every day of the year. Isn't it time for a meal at Johnny B. Good's Diner, 738 Lincoln, downtown Steamboat Springs.
Go Sailors! Burlette Roofing is a full-service Colorado contractor specializing in damage restoration from roof damage and assisting you in the recovery process following a property damage event. Visit BurletteRoofing.com for more information and a free consultation. That's BERLETRoofing.com. Burlette Roofing is proud to support the Steamboat Sailors football team for the 2019 season. Visit BurletteRoofing.com for more details.
Let's go, Sailors.
Football! Man! Oh, baby.
Cheer on your hometown.
What was that, the chorus? What was that?
Steamboat High School Athletics. Example for genuine hometown. Yampa Valley Banking. Genuine hometown banking. If you're looking for a better banking experience, well, better yet, rush to our doors. Remember, FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We are back live here at Gardner Field, getting ready for Steamboat Sailors football, as the Steamboat Sailors look like they are set to receive here on homecoming weekend. Mike, did you catch the homecoming parade today?
I did, right? I don't believe I'm on. Check. Yes, I'm back. I did. It was a fantastic parade. Thought it was awesome. I actually caught it right out in front of my house. It came down Pine Street because, as everybody in town is well aware of, Oak is closed off due to construction, so they came down Pine. So literally I went right by my front porch. Great job to all the students who put the floats together. Looked like they had a fantastic time, and a great job to the Steamboat Choir. That was a stirring rendition of our country's national anthem. Bravo to you. This is an outstanding night. I'm excited, man. I really am. I've been out of the booth for a couple weeks, went back to New York for a little road trip, but I'm back to see a little Sailors football, and it's feeling like a good night. It really is.
Remember, you can watch this game on the Steamboat Radio YouTube channel. We are set to kick off. The Summit County Tigers in their road white tops with gray pants. That one is dropped down at the 10-yard line, muffed a little bit by the Sailors. They pick it up, move it off to the right, and
nice
pick
job.
up. Well, they saved a nice. Leo Davis with a nice return there gets it back to the 20 after a bit of stumbling and bumbling.
He did. Well, he misplayed the initial reception on the kickoff, and I get it. You know, when you're a 17, 18-year-old, 16, 17, 18-year-old young man, and you got those butterflies right at the beginning of the game, but he picked it up and he scampered, got to the other side of the 20. That's always a victory for the special teams.
All right, we've got Cole Gideon way wide to the left with the snap at the left hash mark, and a handoff here to Finn Russell. He finds the outside. He's got positive yards, turns the corner, and picks up 25 yards on the carry, up to the 50-yard line or out at the 45. So a nice run by Finn McMissile.
That was really a nice job. Great way to start the game, and I'll just say right now, that was set up by the left, I believe the right guard, Caleb Cuevas, pulling across. I couldn't see clearly, but the lead blocker did an outstanding job opening up the gap on the left side, allowed number 40 Russell to pick up great yardage.
Cole Gideon wide to the right. We've got Shot to the left. Two men in the backfield. One man in the backfield, that's Russell. No, we got two men in the backfield as Cade Gideon is under center. He's been going from the shotgun for the last couple of weeks. Inside handoff, little trap play, right up the middle, picks up about 3 yards on the play between the tackles.
However, I see a flag on the field on the far side.
Jamison Tracy on the carry. Let's see if this one's going to come back. Nope.
Too many men on the field against the Summit. What are they? Summit what? Summit Tigers? Summit who? Summit Tigers.
They're the Tigers. Receivers to the right and left. Gideon under center. Quick throw. Right up the middle. He had a receiver open. That was...
If you've learned how to read these numbers from up here, let me know. I forgot my binoculars tonight. Well, I think that was number 89, Jackson Beal, the tight end. And it looked like it, from where he was on the field, looked like the tight end just did a skinny slant over the middle. And it looked like the pass was just a little bit behind him. Going to bring up third and about 7.
So the ball on the Steamboat 47-yard line. Sailors moving right to left in your radio dial. Gideon now from the gun. He's got running backs to his right and left, receivers to his right and left as well. Fakes the handoff, little play action, rolls to his right, throws that one a little over his intended receiver's head. It looks like there may be a flag on the play. Let's see.
I'll tell you what, one of the things, I know he's going to go back to the huddle and talk to the coaches, either to his quarterback or to his coaches, but number 12, is that 12 or 13? Number 12, was it Ben Schott, the wide receiver?
13, yeah.
He was wide open and all by himself down the left side of this field.
Jevin Hovey on for the punt. Sailors don't get the first down. That brings up a 4th and about 7 to go. So the Sailors, wise move here, punt. Big nice booming punt. Kick. Hovey's been very, very effective recently. Ball bounces down. That one goes off it. Oh, went off a Tiger but goes out of bounds.
Oh, good opportunity for the Sailors. The ball was bobbled by one of the Summit Tigers. It was floating around, but once it goes out of bounds, it returns back to the possession of the receiving team.
I'd like to thank Griffin Harvey, who is on the camera today.
Look at this handsome devil, huh? Look at you. You're getting big, kid.
Steven Spielberg operating the camera right now. And so 1st and 10 for the Summit County Tigers, their opening drive. They've got it down at their 27-yard line, moving left to right on your radio dial. From the gun are the Tigers. 2 receivers off to the left, 2 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion, right to left, low snap. Quarterback picks that one up. And by your Steamboat Sailors, that's a tackle for a loss, Mike.
Good penetration by the interior lineman on the defensive line, getting through inside. You know, they're still playing without number 55, Jack Tracy. Kid, he started to become the heart and soul of this defense, and the defense was playing great. They really missed number 55. But as I was alluding to earlier in the broadcast, the defense had a great practice, particularly the defensive backfield.
All right, trying to get, we've got a whistle on the play. Early flag, looks like a false start or an illegal formation here. Quarterback is Cameron Califf.
Yeah, I think it was the quarterback doing a little too much flinching under center there.
So Califf is a junior. This kid, scouting reports say he's got a good arm and he can run. We've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Inside handoff between the tackles. Sailors read that one and tackled for a loss again, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and a country mile as the ball is marked down at about the 23-yard line, maybe picked up 2 yards on the play, Mike.
Now, what I'm told from speaking with some of the defensive coaches here this past week, some of the guys we need to look for, number 4, Leo Davies is becoming a shutdown corner, and number 2, Jevin Hovey has really come into his own. The coaches are really happy with him.
Hovey, king of the season. So he played for a couple of games on the varsity soccer team and decided he wanted to be a football player. 2 receivers to the left. Back to pass is Califf. Califf now running over the left side. He's got some room. He gets the edge, but he's pushed out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He did pick up 7 or 8 on the play.
Good job defensively, though. That's a bend, not break moment. I mean, unless Summit's got something up their sleeve, clearly they're in a punting situation. They're deep in their own territory. And again, like a play like that, if the defensive backs can shut down the receivers, it'll allow the line and the linebackers to pursue the ball carrier, particularly the quarterback. Put pressure on the QB, you're going to get defensive stops.
9:47 left in this first quarter, just underway here at Gardner Field. 0-0 the score. Line drive kick here. That one's going to be fielded by Daniel Raper. Raper picks it up at the 32, takes it right up the gut, picks up about 4 yards on the play. The Sailors will have it 1st down and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
Right, and so, you know, in a little bit of a battle, these are 2 very, very evenly matched teams, and that's what's exciting about tonight. We're going to see a good football game. Now, going back and forth to battle of field position, the Sailors started the first drive on their 21-yard line. Now they're on the 37 due to the stalwartness of their defense. So the offense gets a little bit of a push. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Sailors on the right hash mark have got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. That's Finn Russell. He gets the pitch over the left side, cuts it up, picks up positive yards once again. He's got a pack of Tigers is on his back. He gets the first down to the 49-yard line. First down, Sailors.
We're going to call that the Russell play because that was sweet. He doesn't want to strut. He's a low-key kid, but that was something else. He got piled up after about picking up 4 yards, thought it was a good play, and he just decided to continue to run downhill, carrying Tigers with him.
2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. 1 man in the backfield is Russell. Cade Gideon, the freshman quarterback from the gun. Gideon is going to hand this one off over the right side to Russell. Why not? Russell picks up another first down as he picks up 11 on the play. Sailors into Tiger territory down to the 39, but Russell looks like he may be a little dinged up on the play, and that's a bit scary.
Oh, boy, that is. Let's hope maybe it's just something. Let's just hope it's something like maybe the wind knocked out of him. I mean, he looks to be...
He's so tough.
He is a tough kid. And boy, they can ill afford another injury to one of their key components here. And Finn's he's a really super kid.
Well, and he's a 3-way starter. He's a beast. He's a junior. He started since he was a freshman. Finn McMissile, man, he is definitely a beast. He's on his knees right now. He's getting up and... Ooh, that's not good. He looks like
it's his leg.
It's a knee or an ankle, and he's being helped off the field, and we do not like to see that. After 3 huge carries, he's got over 40 yards on the ground with 3 carries.
No, this is very upsetting. I mean, even not just for the team aspect, obviously, but he's a great kid, and just he's walking a little better now. We're watching him as he comes off the field. Initially, he was walking very gingerly, but he seems to be, stretching it out a little bit more. Let's hope this is nothing too serious for number 40, Finn Russell.
All right, 1st and 10 for your Steamboat Sailors. Ball down at the Summit County 40-yard line. 1 receiver off to the right, 2 wide to the left. 1 man in the backfield. In motion goes Davies. Inside handoff over the left side. Positive yards for the Sailors. Pickup of about 1.5 yards on the carry for number 15, Jamison Tracy.
He's coming into his own.
Oh, he had a great game last week. 2 touchdowns on the ground.
He did. He's fast. He's young. From speaking, talking to some of the players and the coaches, Tracy, he's got a great future, and he's learning the running back position. Obviously, learning well with 2 touchdowns last week at Battle Mountain.
Shot to the left. Cole Gideon wide to the right. 2 men in the backfield. From under center is Gideon. Handoff to Tracy over the right side of the line and falls forward for maybe 1 yard gain. Let's see where the spot is.
And this is just a case right now of the Summit Tigers. Their linebackers are cheating up to the line of scrimmage. Sailors need to spread the field a little bit more because the line was opening holes, and number 15, Tracy, is getting through him, but he's got 3 linebackers in his grill.
What's interesting here is the Sailors primarily went from the pistol or from the gun for most of the game last week. They've gone under center for pretty much every snap but 1. Gideon once again under center. 1 man in the backfield. I think that's Tracy. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff. Play action. Flush out of the pocket to the right. Got a man open. His brother. First down, Sailors.
Outstanding.
Over the right side, and the Sailors are down to the 28.
And you know what? That was a great job by the quarterback, Cade Gideon, number 3, a freshman, because as you see, he was looking to the left side of the field. He checked down off 2 receivers who had coverage. He got flushed out of the pocket, went to the right side, and his brother did what every good receiver does. Ran his pattern, saw his quarterback, his little brother, in trouble, came back to him, picked up a good first down.
Gideon to Gideon. Man, we love to make that call. Big shout out to his grandma, Shirley, who was listening at home. Back to pass. Gideon, steps up in the pocket. He's going to pick up positive yards. He did this last week. He'd been very timid running the football, but he is gaining so much confidence right now, Mike.
The timidness goes to all parts of the field, not just him. Up here in the booth and the coaches, we're done. This can't be last man standing football. I know he wants to flush out, and he did a great job there, picking up excellent yardage.
7 yards on the carry.
But he's got to learn to slide, not go head first like he did on that play. He went down, ground head first. He's got to learn to slide.
After this play, I'll tell a story that Coach told me the other day. Two running backs in the backfield. Now Gideon from the gun. Receivers to the right and left. They're on the right hash mark. Inside handoff. Positive yards. Jamison Tracy for the first down. Uh-oh, the ball is down.
But that fumble was caused by the ground. They cannot call that a fumble. He hit the ground and the ball came loose.
Let's see what the call is. They're saying it's back there. I agree with you, Mike, but it looks like it may be Summit County ball down at the 2-yard line right now. Referees right now talking on the field, discussing this, because I agree with you. It's high school football. When your knee touches the turf, you are down.
Yeah, well, the ground cannot cause a fumble. It's that simple. And he went down face first. The ball hit the ground and popped loose.
Doesn't matter what we say.
For them to rule that a fumble is really not good.
All right, so a bummer for the Steamboat Sailors on that drive, but the Summit County Tigers backed up to their own goalpost. 1st and 10 from their 2-yard line. They've got receivers spread everywhere. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and this is going to be a quarterback keep. The Sailors read this one. We've got a shipwreck in the middle of the field as we got nothing but black shirts on Caliph.
Yeah, I mean, that was close to being pushed backwards for a safety. Great job by the line of the Steamboat Sailors. My man, number 52, Ryan Hansen, getting in there, and Caleb Cuevas really standing up the ball carrier. But I'm really a little shocked. I thought it was obvious that the ground caused that fumble. I know we get to, belaboring the point up here, but you got to let these guys, you got to give them a chance, too. And it's a hard surface. He slammed into it. The ball came loose. Tough break for the Sailors. Tough call.
0-0 the score here. First quarter, 5:55 left. 2nd down, 8 to go. Inside handoff. And over the left side of the line, that's going to be close to a first down here for the Tigers. Let's see where they spot it. And it looks like they got it.
No, they're going to be a little short.
They are going to be a little short.
That's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. That was a good spot of the ball for where he came down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. And this is a big play for the Sailors defense. And now we got Jack Slow, number 71, Jack Slowey coming off the field, hobbling. This is brutal.
So
yeah,
3rd down,
cold weather and this tough surface here.
3rd down, 3 to go. We've got one man in the backfield, receivers to the right and left, another quarterback sneak up the middle. Sailors do read it, and they push him back. That's going to be close. It really depends on where they mark it.
It is. That's going to be all about the spot.
Looks like they may have got it if you look at this far linesman over here.
I think you're correct.
So they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 as he got to the 14.
I'll tell you what, and I was mistaken. That wasn't 71, John Slowey coming out. That was number 75, Aiden Story, one of the juniors who stepped up to fill the spot for Jack Tracy. And, like I said, literally, if Aiden comes out, we're going to our third lineman here.
So 1st and 10, ball down at the 14. Handoff on a jet sweep over the left side. Positive yards. He finds the edge. Turns the corner and a nice tackle on the far side.
Boy, that was a good job. Touchdown saving tackle on the far side of the field. I'm having a hard time seeing who that is.
I think it's Jevin Hovey, number 22.
Yeah, I think
you were talking
Jevin
about
Hovey.
He's got some wheels.
Number 22, Jevin Hovey, ran that play down, saved a touchdown. Nice play calling by the Summit Tigers.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Ball now marked down at the 29-yard line of Summit. Summit moving left to right on your radio dial. They are spread everywhere. Receivers, 2 of them to the right and 2 to the left. One man in the backfield. They're now operating from the gun. Caleb, the quarterback, he's going to run this one over the left side. He finds the corner and gets close to the first down. I think he's got it.
I think he does as well. And what they're starting to do, they're starting to stack the left side of the offense for the Summit Tigers. They're stacking their left side, and they're finding a little weakness over there, and they're picking up. Heck, they got about 35 yards going off the right side. Sailors have to adjust to that.
So 3rd down and about a half a yard to go for the first. Didn't quite get it. Ball marked down at the 39-yard line of Summit. From the gun is Caliph. He's got 2 receivers to the left. Inside handoff. Cuts it up. He's going to get the first down. But a nice job by your Steamboat Sailors. I can't quite see who got that tackle. Was that Ben Bogan?
No, that was number 71, Jack Slowey, who came up on the tackle, coming over the sideline. And I'm not sure why. He really stood up the ball carrier and slammed him down. They must have just taken him out for this defensive series because Slowey's one of their best defensive linemen.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Ball down at the 45-yard line of Summit. Man in motion, left to right, handoff, coming over the right side of the line. Sailors read it, but a nice shifty move there. We've got flags on the play and a pickup of about 6 yards on the carry.
That's either going to be, I think, holding or an illegal downfield block. The Sailors missed a couple tackles back at the line of scrimmage, but did a good job following up on the play.
0-0 the score, 4:01 left in the first quarter here. Sailors and Summit County Tigers moving the ball in the middle of the field, but unable to convert.
Yeah, they've gone back and forth. The Sailors having that unfortunate fumble called a turnover, giving the ball up right down in the red zone of the Summit Tigers. Their defense really needs to come up with a stop here. And I'm looking, I see number 75 Story is still off on the sideline, and I saw number 40 Russell still trying to shake things off, but I haven't seen him put his helmet back on yet.
No, Russell's actually been walking around down there. And this call is just what the doctor ordered. This is a 15-yard penalty, which is going to push the Summit County Tigers back to the 36-yard line, their own 36-yard line.
I believe that was unsportsmanlike conduct was the signal.
So the Tigers have got 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left, man in motion, right to left. Fakes the handoff, quarterback Caleb takes it right up the gut. He's got room, and he's got the first down. He turned on the afterburners there.
He really did. He got through, and again, one of the things the Sailors have been working on, and I know it's been a bit of a bane for the coaching staff, is missed tackles. When the opportunity is there, they have got to make the tackle.
0-0 the score, 3:37 and counting left in this first quarter. Summit now has it in Steamboat territory. Ball marked down to the 41-yard line of Steamboat. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Caleb from the gun, 1 man in the backfield. They moved. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and we'll take it.
The right guard moved a little too soon. He knew it. Big number 69 there. He knew he went a little bit too soon. That's going to give the Sailors 5 yards. But again, that was an outstanding run by the quarterback for the Summit Tigers. Picked up the 15 yards they lost on the unsportsmanlike penalty and then some.
So that's going to bring up a first down and 15 to go for the first. Ball now back to the 46-yard line of Steamboat. Tigers moving left to right. Caleb now under center. He's got 1 man in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're in the center of the field. We've got another flag on the play. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. It looks like a neutral zone infraction. Please be against.
False start.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Get a little message to the refs. I have to be at work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Throw us a bone here. Let these boys play some football.
2:39. Clock is stopped with the penalties here left in this first quarter. Now it's rolling. 0-0 the score. 1st and 20 now for the Tigers. The ball now in Tiger territory at their own 49. 2 receivers off to the left, 2 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Caleb back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to carry this one, and he's got room. Finds the outside, picks up 12 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8.
That just no. He picked up the first.
No.
Oh no, you're right. That was from the penalty. Back-to-back penalties. My bad. You're right. 2nd down, about 8. But this quarterback, when he gets flushed out of the pocket,
he's got wheels.
He's getting to the outside, and the linebackers are containing him inside. They got to spread the field defensively, get outside of the box.
2nd down, 8 to go. 2:08 left in this First quarter, 2 receivers off to the left, 1 wide to the right, 1 in tight to the right, man in motion left to right. Fakes the jet sweep, quarterback's down. We will take that. Quarterback slipped on the turf. The temperature is dropping, and this happened last night during the boys' soccer game. It started dropping, and the turf you could see got really slippery.
I know, it's tough with this artificial turf, and it's hard. It's like when it gets cold, it's like concrete down there.
I'm glad I'm not playing on it. 3rd down, 11 to go.
I like the mud.
2 receivers to the right. We're old school, Mike. 2 to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Caleb, the quarterback for Summit, in the gun. Man in motion, left to right. Another low snap. He digs it up, throws it down the field. He's got a man, and that one falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, he got behind number 2, Gideon, and the quarterback, you know what, that is not a touchdown for the Summit Tigers, and I'll tell you why. Number 71, Slowey, got through the line and was in the quarterback's face, had him throwing that football with maybe a split second sooner than he wanted to before he could get his feet set. The defensive lineman got in there, pressured the quarterback. He had to get rid of it. But I got to think that Summit's in 4-down territory here. I know they're lining up for the punt, but I would watch this.
Watch this because their quarterback, Caleb, is their punter. Sailors have got 1 man, Jamison Tracy, back deep, long snap, and he is going to punt this. Big high kick. They're going to let this one bounce down. And it is going to take a Summit County bounce, and it's going to roll inside the 5 and continue down to the 4-yard line.
And it's times like that I love when you get to second guessing the coach, who's obviously a professional, and it's silly to do. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe you're in 4-down territory, and he's like, yeah. How about in a battle so far, a game of 2 very evenly matched teams that have had some offensive series where they drive a little bit. Now the Sailors are going to be starting deep in their own territory and about their own 3-yard line.
This is like a heavyweight boxing match right now.
It's a slugfest right now.
0-0 the score.
You know what I think? One of the offenses is going to break a play, and that's going to open up this game.
Cole Gideon wide to the right, shot in tight to the left, and inside handoff. Tracy, positive yards, and he is going to be close to the first down. Picks up about 8.
I think we got another flag on the field.
Oh man.
Yeah. Holding against the Sailors, which is not huge, but because it negates a big pickup for Jamison Tracy. And you know what I like? I like that the offense went right back to Tracy after he fumbled, which wasn't a fumble on the prior series. But you go right back to the kid. You show confidence in him. He's a junior. You get the ball right back in his hands, and I like how the coaching staff plays that.
0-0 the score. 53 seconds left in this first quarter. Sailors have the ball, 1st and 12 from their own 2-yard line as they got half the distance to the goal. So they are backed up to their goalpost. Gideon now under center. He's got Tracy. He's got 2 running backs back there. Tracy, I'm not sure who the other running back is. He's going to throw this one over the middle to Beal, and I think he caught that.
He did catch that. That was a beautiful play. Very nice catch. Number 89, Jackson Beal, the tight end, had to come back for it again. Picked up excellent yardage, going to bring up 2nd down and very short. But that was a really nice job by number 89. Beal.
Had me fooled.
Yeah,
little play action there. Great job by the quarterback. Got it out quick, and he had Bell open down the sideline. And after 1 quarter of play, your Steamboat Sailors are tied with the Summit County Tigers 0-0. Let's take this opportunity to thank a few of our sponsors, Mike. Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig. Member FDIC. They are lending. That's Yampa Valley Bank. Also, a big shout out to our friends at Alpine Lumber. Employee owned and operated, the contractor's choice, and the homeowner's friend for all your building materials. Go see Skip and the gang at Alpine Lumber. Easy to find on the other side of the tracks from Walgreens. Also like to thank Mountain View Car Wash. Steamboat's only full-service car wash, helping the Sailors clean the competition between town and the mountain on Highway 40. And Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop, where you always meet by accident, Russell's Auto Salon at 879-1515. Mike, they come highly recommended. And just saw Terry today. Actually, they've been working on my car. They do such a good job.
They do. They're great to work with, too. They make it really easy down there.
So we got second quarter action. We are tied at 0. This has been a slugfest. Both teams have gotten near into the red zone, but not been able to convert. So Steamboat Sailors now have it second down, about 2 to go for the first. Ball is at about the 11-yard line right now of Steamboat. Under center is Gideon. He pitches it off the right to Tracy. Tracy finds the edge. He's got the first down. He's at the 20, 25, out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Outstanding job by the junior to pick up the first down. But I don't believe that was Tracy. No. I think that was number 22, Jevin Hovey, who got to the outside and picked up the first down. Excellent job on the run.
Or Ezra Moyer. I think that's 23 back there.
Oh, my Lord, these numbers. Come on.
Oh, yeah. They couldn't make it harder.
23? 23?
23.
We got some young eyes up here in the booth.
Thank gosh for that.
Thank you very much. Number 23, Ezra Moyer on an excellent pitch, run up the right side. We'll try to get this cleared up, folks, but the numbers on the Sailors uniform just blur.
One receiver wide to the left, man in motion is Davies. Handoff over the left side, and we got a flag.
That one I could see. I was clearly confident that it was going to number 4, Davies. But we got a false start by the Sailors, and boy, that's a tough penalty to get at home. You know, the crowd's holding it down when you're up there. You got to work on your snap count. You know, when you go through 25% of the game and you're locked at 0-0, you can't give up yardage to your opponent with silly penalties.
1st and 15, ball at the Sailors 20. One man in the backfield, back to pass, 3-step drop, throws it over the top. That one's complete. Little post play there, and a slant, That one's complete to shot.
And unfortunately, if you looked at the back end of the play, number 3, Cade Gideon. Sorry, Cheryl. I know Grandma's listening, but he took a heck of a shot in the backfield, and he's holding his hand right now. I think he got hit just as he threw the ball, and his hand bounced off the helmet of one of the defenders, but he looks to be okay.
Under center is Gideon. One man in the backfield. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. And a pitch. That is number 23 with the carry. Another positive yards there for Ezra Moyer. Better than Ezra. Picking up another first down. That kid's got some wheels.
He does. He gets to the outside. And a great job by the right side of the Sailors' offensive line to contain in, to pull outside, and to get a little like a stump block on the linebackers. Really allows him to get to the outside.
Not sure what's going on here. Is it a timeout? It looks like it is a timeout here for Summit County. So the Sailors getting a couple of big runs from some players we have not called this season. How cool is that, Mike?
Yeah, it's outstanding. It's a really good job. But I can see the Sailors coaching staff is out on the field. They're discussing this with the referees, and honestly, it seems to be really confusion, for lack of any other word, on the part of the refereeing staff. I'm still not so sure what we have going on. All right, he's giving a signal that it's first down. It's hard to say what he's doing, but it is going to be a Sailors first down. Great job by number 23, Ezra Moyer, the junior. Really, and like you alluded to, it's outstanding to see, when we see some guys stepping up to take the place of some of their fallen teammates, because I'm looking on the trainer's table right now, and unfortunately, number 40, Russell, and number 75, Story, are still on the trainer's table.
And you know what? I have got to apologize. It's not Shirley. It is Sharon. Sharon Durfee.
Grandma Sharon.
Grandma
Okay.
Sharon Durfee, who listens to watch this game on the Steamboat Radio YouTube page.
Good to know. Okay,
receivers
we don't want
to the left. No, Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
And an inside handoff there to Jamison Tracy by Gideon.
Looked like Jamison picked up a couple yards. excellent job there. The Sailors' offensive and defensive line, both sides, and it's pretty much given the same compliment since most of the guys go both ways. But the offensive line's really doing a heck of a job tonight. They're opening holes for the running game, and more importantly, they're giving number 3, Cade Gideon, the freshman quarterback, time when he sets up in the pocket on the passing plays.
Second down, 8 to go. Ball marked down at the 44-yard line of Steamboat. Gideon under center. 3-step drop. He's got a man. That one's complete to his brother Cole. Cole falls forward. First down, Sailors.
And that was an excellent job by number 2, Cole Gideon. He looked like he was going to run a fly pattern down the field. Totally fooled me, and he fooled the defensive back. He took off 3 yards. It's like a change-up pitch in Major League Baseball. He stopped, came back, picked up the first down.
Shot wide to the left, Gideon to the right. Cade Gideon, the quarterback, from the gun now. 2 running backs to his right and left. Inside handoff to Tracy. Tracy through the hole. He gets a little help there from Gideon. He handed the ball off. And
gave
him a little push through the hole.
A little push through the hole. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's great to watch these guys play. This is an outstanding team. I'll tell you what, I get to have dinner with them on Wednesday night at Johnny B's, and they're just so much fun. They're great to talk to. They give me great insight in the game. They give you great insight as to high school athletics. You know, they're just wonderful kids, and it's great to be up here in the booth and watch these guys perform.
So for some reason, it looks like an equipment timeout here. Jamison Tracy goes to the sideline.
Yeah, because he was wearing a headband.
You kidding me?
It's what happened. He had to come off. So number 37, Odie Vandekar is going in. But Jamison had to come off because he had a headband on. And
all right, from the gun, inside handoff there. That's Ezra Moyer falling down, picking up some positive yards, but that'll bring up, after a 2-yard pickup, a third down and about 5 to go for the first, maybe 4.
And that's not so bad. We've said it week in and week out. What the Sailors have to do is avoid 3rd and long. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. You got to avoid those plays because you're just setting up where the defensive linemen can pin their ears back and come at the quarterback. When you're in 3rd and short, you're in manageable territory.
Third down, 4 to go. Ball marked down at the 41-yard line of Summit. Sailors moving left to right on your radio dial in Tiger territory. Jet sweep over the left side to Davies. Davies turns it up. He's going to be short of the first down. He does pick up a yard or 2 on the play, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 2. I think they're going for it.
I think the Sailors are clearly going for it. And you know what? I would be surprised if he's in the game. Number 37, I know he's out, but Odie Vandekar was a slugger when he was in a few games. I think, but the Sailors they are setting up to go for it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, changing the call at the line here as they look to Tim Schott, they call a timeout. Didn't like the play. That's all right, man. We'll take that. With 8:01, they got to stop the clock, though, when they call the timeout. 8 minutes left now in this second quarter. 0-0 the score. Sailors have the ball, 4th and 2. Ball is down to the 39-yard line.
And this is where it's tough. The other running backs have clearly set up, and you know what? I would not be blasting through the middle. The right side of the offensive line has been setting up with some outstanding perimeter blocking, and Ezra Moyer has shown that he can get to the outside. I would go to it. Until the Tigers can stop it, why not go to it? You're up the middle guy, unfortunately, is limping off the bench. Number 40 has got his foot in a boot right now, and I do not think he's coming back into the game. It
looks like he's got a bad ankle and a knee.
Yeah, both got squished. So it's a tough break because he's your go-to guy, your plug up the middle, and that's a tough break. For me, I would put the ball in Moyer's hand. He hasn't shown us any reason why he wouldn't.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna second guess you here. I'm going to do the play action to Jackson Beal, and over the left side. They've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Let's see what they do here. From the gun, little play action here. Throws it. Got a man open. Oh, that No?
Oh.
Can we see a flag?
Grabbed his leg.
Come on. Cole Gideon, normally very controlled for a senior, was not happy with that one.
Grabbed his leg.
Yeah, that seemed like it could have been cheating.
And I can tell you, the fans, now I'm going to say this, the fans are getting a little hostile here. They're not liking the way the game's being called. But I'll say this, for it to be pass interference, and he did get his leg grabbed, it's got to be a catchable football, and I don't think that was.
So 1st and 10 here on the turnover on downs for the Summit County Tigers. Tigers now have 2 receivers off to the left. Going from the gun is Caleb. He hands the ball over the right side. Positive yards. Look out as number 17, Aiden Collins, picks up about 7 yards.
Good job by the Steamboat Sailors linebacking corps to spread that out. But you got to get there a little quicker in pursuit. 2nd down and 8's not going to win you the football game.
7:33 and counting. We are tied at zeros if you're just joining us. I'd like to thank our friends at Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place. 2nd down, 2 to go. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Another handoff up the inside, over the side, and picks up positive yards, about 5 on the carry into Steamboat territory. Go the Tigers.
Boom, in the blink of an eye, the Summit Tigers are in Sailors territory. I'm telling you, some of these injuries, the guys who have stepped up, more power to them. They're doing an excellent job. But you can't lose as many injuries as the Sailors have sustained and hope for the same results as you were having in the beginning of the game.
1st and 10, ball in Steamboat territory down to the 46-yard line. From the gun is Caleb. Caleb is going to take this one up the gut. Sailors get him in the backfield, though. Drop down for a loss.
That was a good job by the defensive line getting in there. That looked like number 51, Caleb Cuevas, breaking through, coming from the linebacker position to put pressure on the quarterback in the backfield and flushed him out of the pocket, allowed his teammates to make the tackle.
So 2nd down, about 12 to go for the first. Ball is going to be down at the 47-yard line of Steamboat.
Where'd you come up with Shirley anyhow?
I don't know. I knew there was an SH in it, and that was about it. That's going to be a quarterback keep over the left side. Caleb has got positive yards. He's going to be close to the first as he finds the edge. And let's see where the spot is. He's got it.
He's got some wheels. When he gets to the outside, the Sailors are having a hard time tracking him down.
I hope Sharon will forgive me.
I forgive you.
Okay. Well, that's halfway there then. 6:09 left in this first half here. 0-0 the score. You are tuned to KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7. Of course, Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more, offering you knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products.
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, I just got a text from Diego Effinger, the senior quarterback. Rough day for him today. He had surgery on his knee, and he said it's one of the worst experiences he's been through, but he's starting his recovery process. 2
receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looks like a false start here.
Yeah, Diego finally had to get the knee operated on, and he says, unfortunately, he's done. The surgery went good. It's a tough experience, but he's all right now, and he's starting to think about the recovery process.
Well, get better. We are praying for you, Diego Effinger, man, and we wish we could call your number here during this season and even last season.
And while I got a moment, I was out of town last week, back in New York, and I'll tell you, it's good to be back in Steamboat. I'd like to give a quick shout-out, say hello to my family, Jack and Charlie. I know are at home listening. I want to say hello to my boys.
All right, under center here is Caleb. One man in the backfield, man in motion.
Penalty.
We'll take that as well. So it was 1st and 15. I hope they're huddled around the fire.
They are. They're at home.
La Casa de Mar.
My beautiful wife, Kath, who I missed while I was gone. I was in New York for a few reunions. I was with a bunch of Yankee fans when they lost Game 6. And then 2 nights later, I was with a bunch of Jet fans.
Did you notice I didn't send you a text, Mike? Did you notice that?
It was a rough weekend for New York sports.
Receivers to the right and left. Man in motion, right to left. Handoff right up the gut. Sailors read that one. Great tackle there by Ryan Hansen.
Hansen wrapped up the ball carrier and put an end to that. Going to bring up 2nd and about 20. Great job by number 52, Hansen, getting in there, making penetration through the line.
Well, it was an interesting play call. The running back went in motion from the slot. He's coming left to right. He gets the handoff, and instead of taking it to the edge, he kind of curled around.
Yeah, he did.
He went backwards
ran right into Hansen.
And then ran right into Hansen, which we'll take any day. Second down, 20 to go right now. Ball down at the Sailors' 45. From the gun is Caleb. Back to pass. Caleb throws it. Man open. Sailors read it. And a nice tackle there. Open field by Schott. We've got a late flag, though.
I know, and I think they might be looking at horse collar or a face mask, one or the other. It was hard to see.
And last weekend, the Sailors were horse collared like 5 times, and they didn't call a single one.
It's tough. And I know the referees have a tough job. That one is a face mask. I think when he got the ball, the Sailor defender came over around his right shoulder, and his hand just went right into the face mask.
And that may have been why it was a nice open field tackle. So 5:14 left in this first half.
And it was unintentional.
So it was a 5-yard. That's going to bring up second down and 10. Ball is now down to the 35.5-yard line of Steamboat. Tigers with the ball, 0-0 the score here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. Caleb, the quarterback for the Tigers, in the gun, man in motion, fakes the jet sweep, quarterback keep, and the Sailors read this one and push him back.
They do. Nice job. Number 71, Slowey in there with number 89, Beal. They stood the ball carrier up. They didn't go for that quarterback for the fake, and they stood him up, and I believe he just got back to the line of scrimmage before they thwarted the play.
Clock is ticking here. 4:39 left in the first half. No score. This is seriously a heavyweight fight right now, man. We have seen a lot of movement, good stats, but nobody's been able to put the ball in the end zone. 2 receivers to the right, ball on the right hash mark. 2 to the left, 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback who's from the gun. Throws it to the flat over the left. Sailors read it. And a nice job there by Schott. No, Jamison Tracy.
Jamison Tracy on the open field tackle. Excellent job by number 15, the junior Tracy, who made an excellent open field tackle to force 4th down in about 4.
So 3:55, clock still running. 4th and 4, as Mike said. Ball inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line of Steamboat. 1 receiver, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. From the gun is Caleb. He's got 1 running back in the backfield. Man in motion left to right. He hands it to that man, Aiden Collins, over the right side. He's got the first as he turns it upfield and gets inside the 20.
Boy, sometimes you just got to give kudos to your opponent, and that was a really nice job by the Summit Tigers. A well-called play, well-designed, well-executed. They came across from the left side. The offensive line of the Tigers on the right side blew open a hole. The running back knew exactly when to cut upfield, picked up excellent yardage and a first down.
3:19 left in this first half. 0-0 the score. From the gun once again. 2 receivers to the right and left. And a little fake handoff. Quarterback's got some pressure. Throws that ball up. He's got a man, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers.
Tough break for the Sailors. They fell for the play action, and it allowed the receiver to get to the left side. He was wide open.
Getting your head in the picture. Is his head in the picture? Your head is in the picture. Okay.
Sorry if we had a UFO come in. If you're watching the game at home, we had a UFO come into the screen. Unfortunately, going back to the game, the Tigers picked up that touchdown going for the extra point. The Sailors blocked it. It does not look like it made it through. So it's a 6-0 game. A little breath of life there for the Sailors.
Wow, what a first half. The throw was behind the receiver, but he was so open he was able to come back for it.
And unfortunately, saying, one of the strengths I alluded to for the Sailors was their defensive backs. One of the backs fell for the play action. The Summit Tigers did a great job selling it, and the defensive backfield for the Sailors bought. The receiver got behind him, and there was nothing they could do, even with excellent pressure on the quarterback, who just threw the ball up basically for grabs. The receiver was the only one who had a play on it. It was an easy touchdown.
I'd like to thank Chris Paoli and the Paoli Group. If you're searching for your own prime real estate, give them a call at 870-0552. That's the Paoli Group with Coldwell Bank, with Colorado Group Realty. Excuse me. Also like to thank Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals. If you've got friends coming to town, give them a call at 970-879-8000. And Mountain Mattress and Furniture, easy to find on Loggers Lane, offering the best prices and service without leaving the valley. Shop local, sleep great. That's Mountain Mattress and Furniture.
And I know before we get to the kickoff, I don't want my wife to strangle me, but I mentioned to my boys today, Jack and Charlie, that if I continue to call the game with you for these years, maybe someday I'd be calling their number when they're down there on the field.
There you go.
I don't want to go home to a locked house, but it is awfully exciting to watch these kids out here on the field, just giving their all.
Absolutely. And we've got the Sailors set to return the kick with 3:01 left in this first quarter. There's plenty of time, and we know the freshman quarterback, Cade Gideon, has got an arm, and Sailors have been running it a bunch. And
another penalty. Somebody was offsides. I believe it's going to be on the kick team. Come on. I mean, look. I know you got to call him, but offsides on the kick does not affect the game at all, okay? Nothing for nothing. And I know you. And
it's homecoming, so we're going to have an extra long halftime just for you, Mike.
I know. And I know you're going to hear about it because you're always telling me, be nice, be nice, be nice. I'm trying. But come on. Offsides by a foot on the kickoff doesn't affect the game, not one iota. It was all set up. It was good. It was a nice kickoff. We were going to get a return. Come on, let them play the game. It's a cold night. They want to play football.
All right, kick now from the 35-yard line, NFL style now. Back deep, Jamison Tracy. Where's that Daniel Rayburn?
And some other blurry number.
Yes. And the Sailors catch it over the right side. That's Tracy up over the 30. Still on his feet to the 35. And the Sailors will get decent field position at their own 35. Good return from Jamison Tracy.
Really nice job. Nice job by number 15. Kudos to the special team. They set up some beautiful blocks. We got some good field position. The Sailors, I'm going to say with 3 minutes to go in the first half on a homecoming night when they're going to be in the locker room for a little bit of extra time, they need to capitalize here. You got 3 minutes. You got to get the ball down the field. I know number 40, your go-to workhorse in the backfield, Russell's out of the game. You got to go to some of the other players. We need to see the Sailors' offense capitalize on the good field position.
2 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. 1 man in the backfield. Under center now is Cade Gideon. Handoff over the left side. Running to his right is Tracy. Tracy turning it upfield. He's going to be real close to the first.
And you want to know why? Number 2, Cole Gideon. And that's the beauty of a well-coached team and players who give their all for the team. Cole is the wide receiver out wide on the right-hand side. He contained 2 of the defenders of the Summit Tigers, forced them in so that Tracy can get upfield and pick up about 8 or 9 yards. Really nice job by number 2, the senior, Cole Gideon.
So that's going to bring up a second down and about 6 inches here, Mike. Ball is just over the 45-yard line of Steamboat. From the gun, here's Gideon. He's got 2 receivers off to the left. False start. Oh, man, come on. I'm sorry.
I know. You're not supposed to say anything. You work for the radio station. Let me say. Come on. It wasn't even a false start. He, moved his hand. We're watching. You're on it. I mean, and it's cold. Give him a break. Nobody flinched. Even the Tigers stood up and looked behind them was that on us? Was that on them? Who is it this time?
Second down, 6 to go. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gideon now from the gun, back to pass, looking, steps up, throws, got a man, complete, and he's got it down the right sideline. And he picked out of the 20-yard line, number 19.
No, 89.
89. Oh, that's
Jackson Beal, the tight end, coming out from the back. Excellent job. Wheeling down the field. Well done. Number 89, Beal, getting down there, picking up the yardage that they lost on the penalty and then some. This is exactly what I meant the Sailors needed to do with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Jackson Beal is
He's been the go-to man in this game.
Absolutely. That's his third catch of the game. He actually goes to the Steamboat Mountain School. Great to have him on board. 2 receivers in the backfield. There's the pitch. That's Ezra Moyer, and he is knocked down for a loss.
Tough getting to the outside there. One of the Sailors on the lead back block, a great kid, number 67, River King, the center, getting out there, leading the way, but excellent penetration by the Summit Tigers.
So that was a 35-yard pass and catch there for the Steamboat Sailors. Steamboat has the ball down at their own 25-yard line. They were knocked back for a 3-yard loss on that last run. So that's going to bring up a second down and about 13 to go for the first.
They're going to call a false start in the backfield, and that was not. He got going. I'm starting to get a little antsy up here.
Well, it's like these referees have been watching some NFL games because it feels the same where these teams can't get any flow going.
No, you can't. The offense, just as soon as they get going, they're getting stumped. And I know what he saw. He saw the running back taking off, but the ball was snapped as the running back was moving. You know, the anticipation of the snap was what that was all about.
Mike may be not able to see the numbers, but he could see the snap. So
I could see the ball moving.
No,
the numbers are blurry. The running back was in motion right at the snap.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball in the center of the field right now, between the hash marks. Gideon under center now, pitches the ball over the left side. Ezra with the carry. Ezra Moyer picking up maybe a yard on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
3rd and very long, and the Sailors are going to be in 4-down territory. They got to try to get to the outside. I'm saying on the right side, they were having success with that pitch to Moyer, number 23. It seems to be stalling going to the left side.
So the Summit County Tigers calling a timeout here with 1:29 left in this first half. Sailors down 6-0 after the Summit touchdown and missed extra point on the last drive. I'd like to thank our friends at Johnny B. Good's Diner, bringing you the shake and bake play of the game. And before Griffin's first game in the Squirt Scare hockey tournament today, took Keller Franco and Griffin into the diner.
Excellent, thank you. I'll tell you what, you know what it's
got
been
some
this
good
year?
sustenance.
And I'm sure some other restaurants and hopefully retail as well will attest to the hunting season has been fantastic. We have seen a major amount of hunters coming through the diner. I want to thank the guys from all over this great country. We've had them in from Mississippi, Missouri, Minnesota, Michigan, the M's, the hunting states, and it's been a great season so far.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. From the gun, quick pass to the flat. That one's caught. Oh, little razzle-dazzle. They got him in! Oh, my, they pass it back to Cole Gideon.
No flags.
Cole Gideon throws it down the field, hits shot. Shot goes in for the touchdown. A little trickeration, and the Steamboat Sailors have tied this one up at 6.
That was outstanding play. I am so happy to have been up here in the booth to see that tonight. Folks, number 3, and I'll tell you what, Cade Gideon, the freshman, is ecstatic out there right now. To be able to throw to his brother, who was behind the line of scrimmage, so it's a legal play, and he threw it downfield, I think, to number 13, Shot.
Yeah.
Outstanding play call by the Sailors coaching staff.
Wide open.
And the extra point gives the Sailors the lead going into the half. Just what we wanted with a minute 23. There's a minute 23 left. We need the defense to get the burst that the offense just gave them. All of a sudden, the stands are alive. Look at number 3, Gideon. He is just jumping all over the sideline trying to get the fans riled up, and he's doing a good job. This team is pumped up. This could be just what they needed going into the locker room.
Something tells me that Grandma Sharon is pretty happy right now.
Both her grandsons threw a pass on the Sailors' touchdown. That's awesome.
You know, in hockey, Cade would get the assist on that one. Does he get an assist in football? I don't think so.
That was awesome.
That was great.
To have Gideon pass to Gideon to pass to Shot for the touchdown was outstanding. That was a lot of fun, and kudos to the Sailor coaching staff for coming up with that play. They had it timed perfect. Shot was wide open, and was a beautifully called, beautifully executed play.
And they called it off the Summit County timeout, who called the timeout to stop the clock because they were going to get the ball back. That was brilliant because really normally your team calls a timeout and then runs the trick play. That was great. They just caught the Summit County Tigers with their pants down. 1:23 left in this first half. Sailors on top, 7-6. Big booming kick by Hovey. Fielded at the 5-yard line, far side. Up the left, cuts it up over the 20. Sailors down there with a flotilla.
And a flag, of course.
We got flags down
on the play. Why not? We went one play without a flag. Good job by number 37, Odie Vandekar, getting down there on the special teams coverage.
Jackson Veneman with the return. It's going to be in a hold on the return team.
It was a block in the back and a hold. You're right. There was both penalties were on the play. And look, it's good for the Sailors. Getting the penalty forces the Tigers back. But again, I'm going to say, these are kids. They're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. To a degree, you got to let them play the game. I know you can't let egregious calls go. I get that. I'm just saying you got to find a balance and let the football let it be played. It's a game.
So
sorry, I pontificating there.
We will pull Uncle Mike down from his pulpit.
I'm a Raiders fan, man. I think all referees are evil.
Ryan Hansen coming off the field right now. 59 seconds left here in the first, and that may be some of the issue here that's stopping the play, because that seems like a little more time than should have been run off the clock, because they were at 1:29 or whatever when they.
That was beautiful. Very good.
Yeah. So they're going to add some time here. 1:11 back on the clock.
Giving some props to the coaches as they come through our booth. That was
the other Uncle Mike, Uncle Mike Apple walking through. So that is going to bring up a 1st and 20. The ball is going to be down at the 12-yard line of Summit County. They've got 3 wide receivers spread wide to the left. Galef is under center.
Let's get a turnover, and a pick 6 would be nice.
1 running back and 1 man in the backfield. They throw it to the flat. Sailors read that. Nice shifty move there by number 17, Collins. Collins finds some opening as he cuts it back across the grain, and he's going to be close to the first down.
There's a couple Sailors who are really bumming with themselves right now. They just missed the tackle in the backfield, which should have been a stop for loss, turned into a big pickup for the Tigers.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. From the gun is Caleb. 1 man in the backfield.
Flags.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
False start against the Tigers, and again, I'm watching. I like my line play. I'm watching the line, and I'm not seeing the egregious thing out there. I'm just not. I'm sorry.
I will be forwarding you the email.
I know we're going to get yelled at. I know. And if I look at the film, I'm probably going to see like, oh yeah, he did move. But it's just the flow of the game. We're going a penalty every other play.
And we're equal opportunity offenders because we're complaining when they call the false start against the other team. So it is what it is. First down, 5 to go. And 15 to go. Back to pass. Now he's going to run. That's Caleb over the left side. Cuts it back inside. Picks up positive yards. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up about 6 yards on the play, so it'll be second down and about 8 to go.
Number 6, Ivan Reynolds, contained that play. Got to the outside, forced the quarterback in, allowed his teammates to come up and make the tackle.
I'd like to thank our friends at Burlette Roofing, a full-service contractor specializing in damage restoration from roof damage. Visit them online at burletteroofing.com. 7-6 the score. Sailors on top after an exciting play here.
And you know what's exciting? Can I throw a prop out there?
Yeah.
Down at Johnny B's, starting November 1st, we're going to start going to family-style to-go meals. We're going to have a new to-go menu. We're going to try this out where you can call in. Eventually, we'd like to make it so you can go online and just order, come down and pick up a large family-style meal to go. One of our delicious meatloaf dinners, chicken fried steak, etc., at very affordable prices. We're really looking forward to it.
7-6 to score. Sailors on top. 23 seconds left in this half. Ball marked down at the 25-yard line of
there you
Summit County.
He's going to get him again. The guy moved his hand. He's going to call a false start. I mean, he's just literally just moved. See what he did? See what the lineman just showed him? He said, I just moved my hand like 3 inches. He just showed his teammate. If you're watching the game at home, you saw number 57, I think it was, for the Summit Tigers, just showed his teammate, I just moved my hand. Just, that's all.
Second down, 15.
You're picking on me, Coach.
Well, you're doing a good job paying him back and picking on the refs. Under center here. Second down, 15 to go. Back to pass. Throws it back. Now they're going to try a little trickeration, and the Sailors are going to nearly pick that one off.
Outstanding job.
So a little throwback. They literally stole that one from the Sailors playbook. Back to the halfback option there. Throws it back to the running back who is in the backfield. He throws it down the right side of the field. And how did that open?
I think that was number 15, Jamison Tracy, who got over there from the free safety position.
On the right side of the field.
Break it up. Yeah, I think it was.
Tracy's got some speed.
He does. He's a great kid.
He is recovered from that ACL surgery. That's great to see.
He's a good kid. It really was a pleasure to meet Jamison.
Third down, 13 to go. Ball marked down at the 20-yard line of Summit. Summit rolling, fakes the option. Quarterback in trouble now. He pitches it over to the left side. Look out, positive yards. Knocked out of bounds by Davies.
And I'll tell you again, that was number 15, Tracy, who tracked that play down, forced him out of bounds. He's really, I'll tell you, the kid is all over the field. And we're lucky. Number 4 for the Sailors, Leo Davies, who's playing good. He had that hit was a little late there on the sideline. That one could have been flagged as a penalty against the Sailors, and we're lucky it didn't.
Pickup of about 17 yards on the play makes it 1st and 10 here for the Tigers from their own 37-yard line. 8 seconds left to go in this half. With the play going out of bounds, clock stopped. 3 seconds, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. Caleb throws it to the flat. That one's complete. A little hook and ladder, man. Still on his feet. Cuts it across field. Look out. He's at the 30, at the 40, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that will do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo, that looks good on the stat line, but no touchdown as he takes it down.
Well-designed, well-executed play by the Summit Tigers. I'd watch out for that in the second half, because once he got to the open field, he was galloping down. I don't know which Sailor that was who forced him out of down, but he saved a gut-wrenching touchdown is what that would have been.
It was huge. That was a nice play drawn up there by the coaching staff. Little hook and ladder a la San Diego, Miami from like 1978.
You're just watching it. Going somebody tackle him. I look over, I see the clock's at zeros. So all you got to do is stop him, get him out of bounds. Doesn't matter if he gets to the 1 foot line. Just stop him, and the Sailors did. Woo! That was a fun first half. I know the score is only 7-6, but folks, if you're listening at home, that was some good football. It really was. A lot of penalties. I know both coaching staffs are going to be talking to their teams in the locker room. You got to cut back on the penalties. They're both both teams are shooting themselves in the foot. They got to eliminate the penalties.
They certainly do. And I'll tell you, man, that was a crazy play, but we will take it. The ball was hook and ladder. They had gotten the first down, but there was literally no time left on the clock. And they pitched it back at about his own 40 was when he got it. And he started weaving across the field left to right. For you guys that are listening to the radio. And literally found an opening and a huge seam, and it looked like he had a good angle to get to the sideline.
Great downfield blocking.
That was all legal, and turns the corner, and he gets pushed out of bounds at the 7. Oh, that was awesome.
Well, I'm going to call Dr. Erica Musgrove, is a good friend of mine from Mountain Eye Works. Yep. I get my glasses and my contacts. Yeah. I'm going to give her a quick call, see if she can't bring something here for the referees, see if we can get a little bit of a better flow for the second half, and we'll see what happens.
Helping
you under the bus.
Helping you and the referees see better. So, and they advertise with us, so it's okay for you to mention them. No trouble there. Love Erica, and that's where I get my glasses from.
Okay, excellent.
Like to thank our friends at Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank, member FDIC. Also a big shout out to Alpine Lumber, employee owned and operated, the contractor's choice, and the homeowner's friend. What an exciting first half of football. We still have a ton of football left to play. We've got the marching band on the field because it is homecoming.
Awesome.
We are going to. We got a long break here. We got about a half hour of festivities, maybe 20 minutes.
I'll go to the diner. What do you want? Euro? Burger?
They got 18 on the clock right now is what they're saying. So big shout out to all of our sponsors. Also like to thank Mountain View Car Wash, Russell's Auto Salon, and Steamboat Ace Hardware, as well as Chris Paoli and the Paoli Group. It's Harvey Suttle. It is Steamboat Sailors football. Sailors on top. 7-6 after one half of play. We got another half of football on the way. Get on down to Gardner Field. Bring your radio with Wear Red and listen to us right here on KTYV. Sports on FM at 105.7 and on the World Wide Web at SteamboatRadio.com. You can listen and watch this game on the Steamboat Radio YouTube page or by going to SteamboatRadio.com. It's Steamboat Sailors football on KTYV.
room there. I'll let Harv know to drop off. Were you? No, not this one. Hi. Good, how are you? You sound scratchy again. You guys still watching? Cool. Excellent. Awesome. Yeah, it is. I just saw it's halftime, so I went down and was chatting with a few people. They're freezing their backsides off.
The support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the ranch division.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name's Finn. I'm a junior in high school. I'm number 40. I play running back and middle linebacker and kicker. I've played football since flag football days in third grade. I also like to do track outside of school and sports. I'm not involved in a whole lot. I work and hang out with friends. I'm not sure where I'd like to go to college at yet. I would like to play football in college. In 10 years, I see myself graduating college and getting a job. My favorite subject in school is math. I like When the Game Stands Tall because it's a football movie. We're playing football. Last summer, I hung out with friends and went camping a lot. I went camping with my buddies, Pearl Lake. We went fishing, and I biked around there with my mom and family for a while, and then my buddies came up and they left. We hung out, had a good time. I also went camping up in the Flat Tops a lot with my dad and my brother, and had some good times up there. Went fishing, fished a lot, and that's about it. My goal for the season is to rush for 1,000 yards, and my goals for life are to just be a good person. What I remember about being a sailor is the camaraderie and brotherhood. Finn Russell, junior in high school, tried to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Brian Harvey with the Steamboat Sailors head football coach, Mr. Sean Baumgartner. Sean, how are you?
I'm great today. Thanks, Brian.
You and me both, Sean, and it was a fun week last week after two pretty big losses, and I feel like with the injuries, the team was down, but boy, did they rebound well and got a few bounces, which we haven't seen in a couple years, and beat a fairly strong Battle Mountain team.
We did. We talked before about just the attitude of this team and how resilient they are, and they just keep fighting and playing for each other, and I think that really showed on Friday night's game. Them bouncing back. We got Caleb Cuevas back off of injury from the previous game, playing up front on the offensive line, and then being able to step in as the linebacker. So, having that extra senior coming in, back in the lineup really did help. But, super proud of, the way we fought through the entire game. It was a close game all the way through. So it's good to win those close ones. It builds a lot of character and moving forward.
Certainly did. And yeah, getting Cuevas back was huge, and you could see it defensively.
Yeah, definitely. We were able to do some things, game plan with him, playing some outside linebacker, helping us on contain, but able to move him up front to get to a five-man defensive line, made some adjustments there, really helped us stop their running game.
Well, we're really starting to see the freshman quarterback grow here now that he's officially been thrown to the Wolves. It must have been a relief for him to face a Battle Mountain defense versus Palisade and Hotchkiss, but he really played well. Cade stepped up and even had a couple of really nice runs, and you can see him really growing in confidence.
For sure. Cade's really, the more playing time he gets, the more confident he gets. He's seeing the field really well. And there was a few plays that kind of broke down, and he was able to scramble, get out of there. But he's doing a really good job of stepping up in the pocket to allow himself to do that. Late in that fourth quarter, the ball got pretty slick, so we had a couple drop balls for him. But, I think, the more playing time he gets, the more comfortable he gets, he's really starting to step into his own.
And it felt like a couple of times, I think his receivers underestimated his arm strength because they gave up on routes, or so it felt, maybe alligator arms. Just looking back, I just remember a few balls where the receivers looked like they just didn't think he was going to throw it as far as he did.
Yeah, and Cade can put the ball up there. It's just a matter of us really running that route. And Cade's a kid that can come off of one read and come to another read. So as receivers, we talk, you have to expect the ball from him every single time because you don't know.
Yeah, well, he's looking much stronger. And then Ben Bogan had a nice game.
Ben had a great game, especially defensively. We put a little set in there with our double tight, and they ended up not covering Ben, coming on a little seam route up there, and Cade hit him for about a 30-yard pass in the fourth quarter. So he's really contributing and helping on both sides of the ball.
And then the turnovers were the big thing. Basically, it looked like you won the turnover battle, if my math was correct, which is always a big question mark, Coach. We got a few bounces, and we were able to capitalize.
For sure. I mean, we started the game off defensively, causing a turnover, which gives us that momentum to start the game, which was huge. And then, we had a couple of our own, but defensively, we were able to get those back right away. One of them, the very next play, which got the ball back for our offense and able to move the ball down the field.
Yeah, you went up 14-0. And I think that's literally one of the only times this season that you guys have been playing from ahead, which means you coach differently and the team plays differently.
Oh, for sure. You get that momentum going. Instead of feeling that pressure of playing from behind, you have that luxury of knowing that we're ahead, and it just builds confidence as the game goes.
Well, one player who you can tell is now getting healthy again is Finn Russell. He had a great game in all three phases of it.
He did. Finn ran the ball as hard as I've seen him run this entire year. It wasn't going down with the first tackle. He was spinning off, putting his hand on the ground, keeping his balance. He led us in tackles defensively. He did a really good job playing middle linebacker there and reading through and stuffing some plays in the backfield for us. So his play really made a significant difference for us.
We don't usually talk special teams, especially at the high school level, especially from kicking and punting, but Jack Tracy goes down. He was punting the ball, out kicking the coverage on a regular basis. But you got a senior who was playing soccer at the beginning of the season, Jevin Hovey, who is now kicking the ball off. He's doing your extra points, assuming he could do a field goal if you attempted one. It hasn't happened yet this year. But he's also punting the ball, and he's really gaining confidence as well, and really had a nice game against Battle Mountain.
He did. He's taken over all of our kicking duties for us, punting, kickoff, and extra points, like you said. And he's growing. There wasn't a lot of football knowledge there to start the beginning of the year, so we would say squib this or bloop it over here, and he'd look at you like, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do. As he continues to grow, we've got him playing some defense as well. So, he's a great athlete. He's super fast. So that's kind of a luxury we're starting to move into with him kicking this late in the year.
Awesome. And then speaking of Jack Tracy, is he going to be able to come back this week? How's that ankle?
It's not looking very good for this week. There's still a little bit of instability in that, so probably not going to have him for this homecoming game, but it's kind of a week to week, so we'll see what happens next week.
His younger brother has taken advantage of his brother not being out in the field, although they play some different positions. But Jameson really is starting to grow as a running back. He had a really nice game.
He did. We scored 2 touchdowns there. Our offensive line, as we looked at the film, though, on those, they blocked both those plays as well as they possibly could, which was great. And Jameson, he hits the hole and he takes advantage of that, and he was able to get those 2 touchdowns and stuff. But it's nice to have him back and his football knowledge. He's a junior this year, so he's starting on both sides of the ball, and he's really stepped in defensively and done a really good job for us playing free safety as well.
And James Larman is continuing to grow as well.
He is. He's continuing to learn the game more and more, so we'll get him back there. He had a high ankle sprain that kind of limited him in this last game. We'll see where he's at coming into this next one.
Well, and you touched on it, but mention names here, especially as where the season is winding down. But both offensively and defensively, our line play has been exceptional. They really played a great game last week.
They did. With us losing Tanner and needing to change our offense to suit Cade's strengths more, it's really caused us to change our blocking scheme up front also. And so those guys have really had to adjust. We were really built for running that veer option, and those guys really bought into it and they believed in it. And now as we're running a little bit more shotgun, it changes protections and it changes schemes a little bit. So it's taken them a little bit of adjustment to get used to. And so now I think they're starting to get used to that, and we're starting to gel and we're starting to click a little bit more up front.
All right, let's talk about some of those guys, though. I'm putting you on the spot here, Coach John Slowey. He seems to be moving the pile. When I'm calling the game alone, I have a harder time focusing on the numbers on that offensive line. So help me out.
Yeah, John Slowey up front is a senior. He's been a good leader for us. He's been solid up there all year. And we mentioned earlier getting Caleb Cuevas back at guard as a senior up there. River King does a great job up front at center for us. Aiden Story stepped in the last couple weeks for Jack Tracy at left guard, and he's holding his own up there. And then Ryan Hansen sitting there at left tackle. He does a good job of helping people up front and doing things. So it's nice to have those guys up front and playing together.
And Ryan's just a junior, right?
He is. Ryan's just a junior. Aiden's just a junior. River's just a junior. So we've got some of those juniors up there that are going to be able to progress and go through the next year.
And it looks like Ryan's getting a little bigger as well. I mean, he's starting to really fill out.
He is, and he's getting stronger. He's in the weight room. And same with River. Both of those guys have, been able to get a little bit stronger this year, and it's really helped them.
Awesome. Well, we've got Summit County. The Tigers roaring into town for homecoming weekend. What do we know about Summit County?
Summit, the week before, we played Battle Mountain, beat Battle Mountain at Summit 35-14. It was kind of a back and forth game really until the fourth quarter. So, we're going into this game thinking it's going to be something maybe similar that we faced this last week where, we need to get a few breaks, but, we need to fly around and hustle and create those breaks for ourselves like we did. And I think we match up really well with Summit.
And how's the mindset coming into homecoming weekend?
It's good. Homecoming's always exciting. There's a lot of activities that are going on, but, we're just looking forward to Friday night's games, always the main event. So, that's what we've geared towards this whole week. And coming off that conference win against Battle Mountain, the confidence is there.
Excellent. Any final thoughts before you hit the gridiron tonight?
It's going to be a fun game. Hopefully we take care of the ball. It's going to be chilly. The temperature's going to drop, but we're used to these conditions. So, we practiced all week in the snow, so we're ready to go.
And there's heat in the press box, so I'm happy. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time, and we will talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, it's Steamboat Sailors football right here on your Steamboat Sailors Sports Connection, KTYV Sports on FM. Of course, if you can't make it to the game, you can listen and watch this game on the World Wide Web at the Steamboat Radio YouTube channel or by clicking on steamboatradio.com. You can listen terrestrially wherever you are across the Yampa Valley on KTYV Sports on FM or listen on the TuneIn app by searching out KTYV. It's Steamboat Sailors football, and your Sailors are celebrating homecoming against the Summit County Tigers live from Gardner Field on your Steamboat Sailors Sports Connection.
Greetings, Yampa Valley. For over 25 years, Johnny B. Good's Diner has been your hometown eatery, serving delicious home-cooked food with excellent service and a smile. We have breakfast all day, every day, fast-filling, affordable lunches, enjoyable family dinners, or decadent desserts. It's all here at Johnny B's for a great price. Dine in or carry out 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until close every day of the year. Isn't it time for a meal at Johnny B. Good's Diner, 738 Lincoln, downtown Steamboat Springs?
This is Skip Yerdorf from Alpine Lumber here in Steamboat Springs. Alpine Lumber is a Colorado company and is committed to being the best supplier of materials and related services to the professional builder and homeowner throughout the Yampa Valley, offering lumber and building materials, hardware, paints, and stains. We are proud to sponsor Steamboat Springs Sailors football this season. Easy to find Alpine Lumber, located on Pine Grove Road past Walgreens. Alpine Lumber, employee-owned and operated, contractor's choice, the homeowner's friend.
Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the Ranch Division.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, my name is Jack, and I'm a senior in high school. My number is 55. I'm a guard and a linebacker. This will be my 9th year playing, and I also like to run track and field. Outside of school and sports, I'm involved in a lot of activities around Steamboat, kind of running races. My mom's a big runner. I'd like to go to college. I'm not really sure where yet. I'd like to do sports in college, maybe football or track. We'll just kind of see how everything plays out. In 10 years, I see myself being pretty successful and happy with whatever I choose. My favorite subject in school is PE class. The football coach, Tom Gardner, is also the coach of PE, so that makes it pretty fun. My favorite movie is Ridiculous 6. It's pretty funny. Last summer, I worked at Elk River Penton.
Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, Johnny B. Good's Diner, Burlette Roofing, Celebration, Mountain View Car Wash, Steamboat Ace Hardware, Russell's Auto Salon, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Realm, and the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
We are back live at Gardner Field, just underway with second half action after the homecoming festivities. On the kickoff, the Summit County Tigers took a touchback, and we've got a fumble on the snap, which bodes well for your Steamboat Sailors. Summit County Tigers have run a couple of plays here. They moved it up. They were close to a first down. It was 2nd down and 1 on a quarterback sneak, and it muff snap there.
Sailors defense looks like they're putting a shadow. It looks like number 51, Caleb Cuevas, big kid with great speed. He looks like he's been tasked to shadow the quarterback, who's been the primary offensive weapon for the Summit Tigers tonight.
3rd down, 6 to go.
And I don't mean that in the obvious sense. I mean by running the ball on the play action.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass. Calfee, the quarterback, flushed out of the pocket, throws complete, and that's going to be a first down to the 35-yard line. As number 5, Kobe Courtright makes the reception.
A nice job by the quarterback. Got flushed out of the pocket. Really getting to the outside. There wasn't much the Sailor defenders can do. When a receiver has that much time to run around the field, he's going to find an opening. It was a good job by the Tiger quarterback to find the open man.
Cameron Califf having a good game at quarterback here for the Tigers. 7-6 the score. Sailors on top. Second half play just underway. Califf is nearly picked off. Califf was pressured in the backfield. He threw that ball up. There was more black shirts around it than white.
And that was all about number 12, Ben Bogan, getting through the line. That kid, number 12, Bogan, has turned into a football player this season. A sophomore, and he is a force on the line. He is strong, he's fast. He got through there, forced the quarterback to throw an ill-advised pass.
10:02 left in this third quarter. Sailors on top 7-6. 2nd down, 10 to go. Ball marked down at the 35-yard line. Inside handoff over the right side of the line. Positive yards there for number 23, Alexander Sanchez Toquinto.
Nice play. Well run, well designed and executed by the Summit Tigers. Going to bring up 3rd and short, and that's where, when your offense is in a 3rd and 3 or less, it's a convertible first down opportunity. Let's see if the Sailors can hold them.
Ball marked down at the 43-yard line of Summit. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 man in the backfield. From the gun is the quarterback, Caleb. What was it called?
I believe it's going to be a false start against the Tigers.
That will be the 15th false start call of the game so far today. What was the over and under on that, Mike?
I think it was 4. So, yeah, they've
way over
the over-under.
So any prop bets that are out there on this game, you took the over on the false starts.
Let's go online and see what Caesars in Vegas has on the over-under on false starts.
9:19 left in this third quarter. Third down and a long 7 to go for the first. After the penalty, the ball is marked down at the 39-yard line, 38.5-yard line. From the gun here is Caleb. Caleb rolling off to his right, quarterback keep. Positive yards, and he's got the first down as he follows a bunch of blockers, and we've got a flotilla of black and white shirts over the right side of the field, but that's after a 15-yard pickup.
Not until after the damage was done. And when you get an opportunity, when your opponent's at 3rd and short, and they get a bad penalty, it sets them back, and it's at 3rd and 7, you have to capitalize that. You have to know the quarterback's going to run the fake handoff, and he's not going to go up the middle, not for 8 yards. He's going to take it to the outside. The defenders have to be aware of that situation.
Clock rolling here with 8:45 left in this third quarter. 2 receivers off to the left, 2 to the right, ball on the right hash mark. Man in motion left to right. Back to pass is Caleb. Caleb steps up in the pocket. He gets hit, and
that's a penalty. That's a loss of down. That's intentional grounding. No, it's not against the Sailors. That's intentional grounding because he threw it away and he wasn't out of the pocket. So that's going to be intentional grounding. That's a loss of down as well.
So a huge defensive play. They do call the intentional grounding.
The quarterback is not allowed to do that. Great job by the Sailors defensive line. One of the guys I've really gotten to know this year, really enjoy his company, number 71, John Slowey, good kid. Love to see him in the diner, and he got in there. They had penetration, and when they were wrapping up the quarterback, instead of taking the sack, he just turned to the sideline and threw it away. You can't do that. He's got to be coached to know that you can't just throw that ball away because it's a loss of down and the yardage.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and a country mile. The ball is marked down at the 37-yard line. 25 to go for the first. Oh, there's another false start.
And that one was
legit.
That was legit.
Legit.
And you got to wonder what's Summit doing. You got to settle down. You're just knocking yourself out of the game. My goodness. I mean, sometimes when I'm like to the refs, go easy on them. But when you're on the outside, when you're the left offensive tackle and you're not covered up, the referee is literally staring right at you. When you come up out of your stance, you're going to get a flag and you're going to knock your team back. We're looking right now at 2nd and about 30 yards.
We'll take it. So 2 men to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. Watch out. Caleb is dangerous. Turn to the corner. He's got Green. He's got the first down inside Sailor territory and pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That is just too much. The linebackers for the Sailors have got to get to the outside and contain him. There's just no excuse for that. You knew once he got flushed out of the pocket, he was going to get to the outside. The linebackers and the defensive backs have got to be able to collapse on the field. Onto that play. And I know you might be thinking at home it's easier said than done, and you're right, but it is still the correct thing. They have to be able to collapse on that play and contain the quarterback.
1st and 10 from the Sailors 25. Caleb, the quarterback, inside handoff over the left side, spins and picks up positive yards there. The Sailors had him down at the line of scrimmage. But number 22, Jackson Wieneman, continued to churn his leg. Who was in on the tackle there, Mike?
I'm trying to see. I can see
Hanson,
him over there.
Looks like.
I just can't see the number when he's turned over to the side there. It's the right. Who's on the right side of the defensive line? And I just can't get a clear look at the number, but he did a really good job getting him. Oh, that was number 71. That was Slowey, who got through there and made penetration into the backfield.
So 2nd down, 8 to go. 7:35 left in this third quarter. Handoff on the sweep over the right side. Finds a crease, and he's going to take this one to the house for a 25-yard touchdown. Great patience by the running back there.
Really was. It was the play we called earlier in the first half where he took it coming from left to right, came across, let the play develop, like you said, showed excellent patience, waited for the hole to open up, and took it straight up. And he had nothing but green in front of the end zone. And I'll tell you what, this was
29.
Number 22. I'm sorry, folks. I wish these numbers are just
red on
very
black.
Difficult to read.
I need to talk to Coach about that.
Yeah, the school district didn't kick down and buy new uniforms, so the old guys up in the booth can see the numbers better.
I talked to Luke DeWolf, and I said, "What's the deal with the shirt, the black shirts with the red numbers without any piping or anything on them? You know, I'm an old man; I can't see them." And he goes, "You got to talk to the football coach. He chose the colors." Now, the road uniforms with the white shirts and the black numbers are really easy to read. I like those.
Yeah, it does. The only thing, I think that was number 22 on a great job.
Hovey. We'll give it to him.
It was 22 Hovey. If not, it was 24 Brody Bosick. So I'll mention both names in the hope.
In the hopes we got one right.
One right.
Yeah.
Folks watching at home are like, well, it was 24. Thank you. I'll appreciate that.
I doubt they can see the numbers either. Big booming kick here. It's going to be fielded at about the 15 there by Davies. Davies across the third 20, 25.
Nice
he's going to be down to about 26 yards.
That was a nice job to catch that one. That ball was moving, kind of a line drive knuckler. And that was a really nice job by Davies to come down with that and pick up good yardage. Going to get their Sailors. Like I said, anytime your special teams can get your team to start on the other side of the 20-yard line, it's always a victory, and it was a good job. Pickup got him out there to about the 27-yard line. Let's see if the offense of the Sailors can counter what the Steamboat Tigers have already done.
Cole Gideon wide to the right. Shot to the left. Two men in the backfield. From the gun is Cade Gideon, the freshman quarterback. He's going to hand this ball off over the left side to Jamison Tracy, who is caught down from behind. Looks like he may have lost a yard.
You know, that was a nice job by number 52 of the Summit Tigers to penetrate into the backfield. He got behind Tracy, and I thought Tracy was going to be able to turn on the wheels, get away from 52, made an excellent tackle from behind to cost the Sailors about a yard in field.
Remember, you can watch this game on the World Wide Web on the Steamboat Radio YouTube page. Big shout out to Griffin Seaford Harvey, who is working the camera today, doing a wonderful job.
Doing a good job, kid.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right, and we've got a false start. We are way over on the over-under.
Really over. Yeah, and that's going to be against the Sailors. And that's one of the ones, I'll just say, when you're at home, that'll just have the coach and staff pulling their hairs out. You can't, when your offense has not exactly been a juggernaut marching up and down the field, you can't give up yardage to your opponent, especially with silly penalties like that. That's just a tough one. You know, like early in the half, the face mask, I get it. You're reaching around behind to make a tackle. You can't have these false starts.
Gideon under center now. One man in the backfield. That looks like Tracy. Man in motion. No, that's Tracy in motion going left to right. And, man, a good job here by the Summit County Tigers. They made some adjustments here at halftime. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 15.
And it looked like the Sailors tried to run the play that the Tigers have had with success, where you come jetting across the backfield and wait for a play, wait for the hole to open up. The Tigers collapsed in the hole. Tracy had nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long for the Sailors, deep in their own territory.
3rd down, 15 to go. Ball is at about the 21-yard line of Steamboat. Sailors moving left to right in all black with red piping and numbers that are hard to read. Back to pass, 5-step drop. Gideon throwing it over the left side. He's got a man. Oh, he had shot open.
That was a nice play. He had nice time.
That was a good pass.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the plays I think you need to run a bit more. That was well defended, but, except for a last-second hand thrown up by the defender, shot might still be running down the field. was a nice job by the Sailors line to give the time to throw the ball, and that was a well-thrown ball by number 3, Cade Gideon.
And yeah, that was a catchable ball in my mind. A lot easier said than done as the temperatures are now under 30, well into the 20s. So never easy. That ball is hard. Oh, that's block, and we've got a flag.
Roughing the kicker.
Yep, and that was going to be fair caught at the 45-yard line of Summit.
I don't know what the high school rule is.
In the NFL, I don't know if that would have. He didn't get him when he was kicking, but he ran right into him.
Yeah, so it's definitely a penalty. I just don't know how much.
Because it was 4th and 15. I don't know if it's a 15-yard penalty or not, and even then it will be close if it's going to be a first down or not. Refs right now are in the middle of the field discussing.
And I tell you, I thought that was going to be blocked. That defender came in. How the punter got it off, it was well done by the Sailors punter. Hovey did.
This kid was playing soccer in the beginning of the season. We were talking to Coach before the game during the coach's interview, and Coach talked about how he didn't know what a squib kick was. He's like, he's just learning the rules of football, and they're like, this kid is so fast and such a good athlete.
That's what they told
Jack
him.
Tracy goes down, who was punting the ball. Great.
I think what he was saying, we're trying to decipher what the call on the field was, folks, and I think what I'm picking up is the referee or the Sailors have decided to decline the penalty because I think they felt like they got a good punt off, and otherwise it was probably only going to be 5 yards.
Right,
is my guess.
Yeah.
And the Sailors would have had a punt again, so I think the Sailors coaching staff just decided to decline it, which is going to give the Summit Tigers the ball on their own 45-yard line.
1st and 10, 5:22 left in this third quarter. And a handoff over the left side, and a pickup of about 1.
Good job by the Sailors' defensive line to collapse in on that play. I think they were led by number 52, Ryan Hansen, coming through. Looks like he's playing a bit of a nose tackle position. He's been cheating to go right over the ball, and it's been pretty effective. The right side of the Sailors' defense, when you got Hansen and number 12, Ben Bogan, that's a tough assignment to run on those two.
2nd down, 12 to go. One receiver off to the right, two to the left. One man in the backfield from the gun is Califf. Man in motion, left to right. Little jet sweep. This has been effective. Cuts it up. Number 17, Aiden Collins, picks up about 5 on the play, but that was the same play they used to score on, Mike.
They did. They ran the same play. They had some success with it. And heck, you know what? That time even, a pickup of 5 is not bad. If you can march 5 yards on every run of the ball, you're going to march the ball down the field. Sailors find themselves. This is a key play of the game. The Sailors are down 12-7. We only got 4 minutes to go in the third, and they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Summit. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, inside handoff. Sailors read that. Great stop.
John Slowey getting through there and wrapping up the ball carrier. Great job, number 71 Slowey, to get in there and to disrupt that play. It's going to bring up 4th and long. And the way the Tigers defense has been playing in this second half, I think they're going to punt the ball and see if they can continue with their success.
So 12-7 the score, 3:30 left in this third quarter. That's going to be a punt that's going to drop down. Sailors are going to let it go. It's going to go down to the 12-yard line. So the Sailors are going to be stuck deep in their own territory.
Strategically, it's been a great call by the Tigers defense. Nothing the Sailors can do about it, but they're running the ball, they're grinding the clock down, and a deep punt finds the Sailors, who have been offensively challenged a bit. And you know what? Part of it, you lose Aiden Story, who filled in for Jack Tracy on the offensive line. Then you lose Finn Russell.
Yeah, it's tough.
Part of the reason number 15, Jamison Tracy, had so much success last week is because you had the combo of the 2 running backs. They couldn't focus on number 15.
1st and 10 for the Sailors from their own 12. Moving left to right on your radio dial. 2 running backs in the backfield under the gun. 5 5-step drop. That's got to be a flag. And yes, it is. That's going to be pass interference as Cole Gideon came across.
Yeah, that was obvious.
The central part of the field.
And that's what I mean. And clearly, right now, it looks like the referees have slowed the tempo of the penalties down a bit. But a penalty like that is obvious, and that affects the game. Gideon was open, coming on a slam pattern across the middle, and he just got tackled by the defender. That's an obvious penalty.
So the Sailors are going to get the first down on that. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down in high school football.
So it's not done at the spot of the foul like it is pros.
No.
It's hard to keep up with the variations of the rules, and I think that's personally, I think that's I think the pros should adopt it, just because you throw a ball 40 yards down the field and a defender makes a mistake doesn't make it a 40-yard pass play. Should be 15 yards and an automatic first down, something I like better with the high school game.
3:16 left in this third quarter. Sailors down 12-7. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Ball marked down at about the 27-yard line of Steamboat. Under the center here is the quarterback Gideon. 5-step drop. He's going to throw it right through the middle. Complete to Jamison Tracy. We've got a flag on the play, and it will be a first down for your Steamboat Sailors, but let's see what the marker is.
I think it's going to go against the Sailors. Maybe they might call a pick play or holding, but that's going to be a tough play against the Sailors just when the offense was starting to get a little mojo going. And I'm liking what they're doing with the quarterback throwing the ball. This is where they start to show a little bit of a spark.
It's going to be a holding call. It's going to be declined. That one is actually against the Tigers.
Oh, outstanding. Looked like they were holding one of the defenders, so wiped it out. Excellent. Good job and a great break for the Sailors. I was really worried after they're just starting to get a little bit of momentum going here, and you see that flag typically like that after a pass play. I was a little worried that one of the other Sailor receivers might have held, but luckily for the Sailors, it was against the Tigers.
Gideon under center, receivers to the right and left, 2 to the right, pitch over the right side here, and that's Jamison Tracy with positive yards, picking up about 3 on the carry. He gets down to about the 48-yard line.
Nice job by number 4 for the Sailors, Leo Davies, who's the wide receiver on the right side, to set up a key block that allowed Tracy to pick up good yardage.
So that's going to bring up a second down, about 6 to go for the first. 2:23 left in this third quarter. A lot of football left. Sailors down 12-7. Gideon now from the gun. He's got one running back to his right. That's Tracy. 2 receivers off to the left and 1 to the right. Hand off to Tracy. Over to the left side. Tracy gets the corner, and there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's in the area of holding as he gets down to the 50 after picking up a couple yards.
It really is. It's in the area of holding, and the way the play took some time to develop, I'd be surprised if that's not it, and that is just a tough penalty for the Sailors to incur. You know what, I love what you pointed out before. The quarterback, number 3, Gideon, when he hands it off, he gives the running back a shove, tells him get out the door. Come on.
He's a freshman, and he really is showing some great leadership.
Yeah, that was holding against the Sailors. Tough break. The penalties will just kill you.
So that's going to bring up a second down and about 14 to go. Ball gets marked down to the Sailors' 40. They've got to get over the 50 down to about the 47-yard line here for the first. So, but the Sailors have been throwing the ball, and I like this. This freshman is so beyond his years. He has got a great arm. Let's use it. We don't have our big running back in Finn Russell. It's time to throw the ball around the yard. And there he goes, right down the middle. Oh, that should have been caught.
No, I was defending. I'm not going to throw that one on defender. That was a beautifully executed play. Sometimes, like we said before,
he was in a crowd.
You got to give props to the defender. One of the defenders for the Tigers left at the last second, dove and deflected the play. That was a nice job. That was good football out there on the field on both sides.
The intended receiver was Ben Bogan. He had the ball in his hand, but there were 3 white shirts around him. He got hit as soon as he made contact with the ball, but it did hit him in the hands. It was a nice pass.
It was.
Tracy to the left of the quarterback. Gideon from the gun. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. He's got time. He's got a man.
Pass interference. Pass.
No, the fans are not happy right now. No call.
Right to be. That was
Leo
terrible.
Davies
He was all over him.
Was the intended receiver, and he was mauled on the play.
That was bad. That was bad.
No call on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 14 punting situation.
And if you're hearing us, you're hearing the fans. They're watching the game, and that was pass interference down on the field.
Oh, the fans are not happy.
I'm surprised with the amount of flags being thrown. They didn't throw it on that one.
Here comes the punt, line drive kick. It's going to drop down at about the 30. It's going to take a summit bounce, and the Sailors will down at the 29-yard line.
You know, but again, going back to the offense, the coaching staff was mixing it up. We were seeing a variety of plays. The Sailors were moving the ball. What stopped them? What stopped that drive? Penalties. That's what stopped the drive. And I'm not saying right or wrong with the referees. We're past that. I'm not agreeing with the way the game is being called. That's cleared. But it's on the Sailors ultimately. You cannot have penalties in a big game like this. You know, a game you really want to win. You got to play disciplined football.
Absolutely.
That being said, that last play was pass interference. Come on.
1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball marked down at their own 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 man in motion. Fake handoff, quarterback keep right up the gut from the gun, picks up 3 yards on the play.
Nice job by the Sailors not to fall for the fake. They have a couple times to this point in the game. They've fallen for the fake handoff and the quarterback keep. This time they didn't, and that was a nice job. They really did a good job pressing in, making the tackles, and it looked like number 66, Myring, going in there on the tackle. Myring, it was a nice job by him to get in there and make a tackle.
It's Dr. Lee Myring's kid, one of the vets.
Playing the linebacker position. Yep. Outstanding job.
Young kid, and he's playing great. 2nd down, about 7 to go from the gun here, and another false start. That would be, we're close to 20 now, Deemer. Man, if you had the over on that prop bet, you're making some money tonight, people. Yeah. You got to have fun with it.
Oh, yeah. We're having fun. It's still fun to be up here in the booth. It's fun to call a game. You just want to see the kids get the opportunity to play. And because of the amount of false start penalties, I've been watching the offensive line as good as I can, and I'm just not seeing anything egregious out there.
2nd down, about 13 to go here for the Tigers. Ball marked down to their own 26-yard line. Man in motion left to right. He gets the sweep, and that's Morton. He's over the left side. Oh, and he bounces it out. He's got positive yards. He's pushed out of bounds. Going to be close to the first down. I think it's going to be a
hold, and there's flags all over again, of course, but I think one of the Sailor defenders was held, and it was holding as he was trying to get to the outside as the play was coming our way. They were going, the play was developing to the left side of the offense coming towards us, and the Sailor defender was just held. Now that's what I mean. A play like that, it was an obvious hold. It disrupted the game because it allowed the ball carrier to get to the outside. That I understand. That's what I mean. You got to kind of find the balance for the refereeing, and it's just been tough tonight. Would I want to be out there wearing a striped shirt? No, absolutely not.
They got a hard job.
It's a tough job. I get it.
And the stands have been packed tonight, and so that probably makes it even tougher for these refs. They're on center stage. So back to pass here. Caleb from the gun. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. Sailors read it. Oh, he's got a hole. And he picks up positive yards. Gets back to about the original line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Ball's going to be marked down here at about the 28-yard line.
And one more time on the name pronunciation.
Myring.
Okay. Yep. He really did a good job again. He came in, got to the play, and I know he's kind of faulting himself for what he thinks was a missed tackle, but he did exactly what you want your linebacker to do. He got to the outside and forced the quarterback to take it up in and allowed his teammates to make the tackle.
Mike, it's not your ring, it's my ring. Okay. So we got two receivers off to the right, one to the left. Back to pass here is Caleb. Caleb looking, got a man out there. That was nearly picked off. Oh, Schott had that one. He was looking at the end zone. That would have been a pick 6.
Ben Schott, come on now.
But that's a huge play.
That is. It's
4th and 13.
It's going to get the ball back in the offensive with only 9 seconds left to go in the third. It was huge. Great defense by number 13, Ben Schott, but he saw the end zone.
Here's the punt. And this one's going to be dropped down. Look out, boys. Do not touch that. And it's going to roll down, and it will be down at the 33-yard line of Steamboat. Decent field position for the Sailors, but, man, Schott is going to see that one in his sleep.
He is.
He had that ball in his hands, and he had nothing but green in front of him.
Whether you're a DB or a linebacker, those opportunities only come once or twice this season, and you have to seize it. But again, it's a cold night. Catching a football like that much I get. It is a tough task, and that was a great defensive play by number 13 Schott.
So under center, the pitch, Gideon to number 23. That's Ezra Moyer. Ezra, positive yards, another big rip, and a first down for Moyer. That's his 3rd, 4th carry. We got to give that kid the ball some more.
I'll tell you what, you know what he really did well that time? Protected the football.
Yeah.
One of the Tiger defenders hooked his arm and was trying to pull the football out of his hand, and Moyer basically stopped and wrestled with him and maintained possession of the ball. That was a great job giving a spark to his team, number 23, Moyer.
17 yards on the carry, and that does it for the third quarter. Big shout out to our sponsors, Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig. Score with Yampa Valley Bank. They are lending. Member FDIC. Alpine Lumber for all your building materials, from nails to fasteners to siding, finish work, you name it, they've got it. Go see Skip and the gang. Employee owned and operated, the contractor's choice, the homeowner's friend. Also like to thank Mountain View Car Wash, helping the Sailors clean the competition between town and the McDonald's on Highway 40. Russell's Auto Salon, bringing you the collision of the game. Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop, where you always meet by accident. Russell's Auto Salon at 879-1515. Also like to thank Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Hardware, plumbing, grills, garden, and more, offering you knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. Wow. So after 3 quarters of play, Sailors are down
to it.
12-7. Gideon from the gun. 2 running backs to his right and left. Receiver to his right and left, too. Inside handoff there. Positive yards for the Steamboat Sailors. Couldn't quite tell who was toting the rock there. Looks like Otis, my main man, Vandekar.
Nice pickup for about 3 yards by number 37, Odie Vandekar.
2nd down, about 8 to go for the first. Clock ticking as we just get underway with 4th quarter action here. Sailors down 12-7. Plenty of time.
Big series here. Big series. And it's nice to see 37 Vandekar get the ball. He's another one of the sophomores, part of the future of this team, learning the game, learning the nuances out there. And it's nice to see he's a good kid, too. Love to see number 37, Odie Vandekar, pick up some yardage.
2 receivers to the left. Jamison Tracy in the slot to the left. He goes in motion left to right. And rolling to his right is Gideon. Gideon's got a man. Complete to Schott. And that's going to be a first down.
I'll tell you what, Gideon's putting a little pepper on the ball there. That was a nice throw.
And that's not Schott. I think that's...
That was a really nice play. Sailors, well called, well executed. And this kid, number 3, Cade Gideon, the future looks bright for this team.
Now, hard to read those numbers, but I think that was Hovey who caught that ball. I could be wrong. So 1st and 10 for your Steamboat Sailors. Ball marked down to the 35-yard line of Summit. Under center right now, Gideon. Gideon pitches the ball over the left side. That's going to be a loss for Moyer. As
we got a flag on the play, but that flag came in after the tackle in the backfield. I can't possibly imagine what it would be. It was only Tiger defenders back there. There was no holding.
Yeah, they're calling a hold. They're going to decline it because the play resulted in about a 7-8 yard loss.
It was holding. I just didn't see it. It was all Tiger defenders in the backfield. It was almost like
they read
the
that
offense.
play.
Yeah, either they overread it or the offensive line wasn't on the same page with what was called.
Yeah, and it could have been on the backside of that play. You know, there's holding on every play, but the Sailors definitely they got through that line for whatever reason. We've had some good luck.
Yeah, the line's been playing great, but that time, boy, half the Tiger student body was in the backfield to welcome Moyer when he got the ball.
Ball on the left hash, shot in tight to the left at wide receiver. Gideon back to pass, looks to his brother, now steps up. Loses the ball, fumble.
And he turned it over. 57 recovered for the Tigers. Gideon got stripped as he was trying to get through, and I know he's going to beat himself up over this. You got to get him back in the game. You know what? For the Sailors, there's 10 minutes left in the game. A lot of football. But what they got to do is come up with a 3-and-out. It's huge here. If you can get a 3-and-out and get the ball back in your quarterback's hands, you got to get him back in the game. And the best way to do it is for the defense to step up here.
And you know, he wasn't tackled. He was just stripped, and he was through that hole. He had a ton of daylight. So he made the right move on the play. It was just a nice defensive effort there by the Tigers.
Got to protect the football a little better. Get a little muscle on that frame.
Caleb, the quarterback. He's got receivers to his right and left. Another false start. Question is this going to go against Steamboat?
No, I think it was clearly you can move on the defensive line if the ball's not snapped. The offensive lineman for the Tigers moved. So now the Sailors, that's what you need. You really need a 3-and-out here. They got to get the ball back in their quarterback's hands.
So, 1st and 15 now for the Tigers. Ball now marked down to the 37-yard line of Summit. Summit is going to spread their receivers out. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion left to right. That's Aiden Morrison. He cuts it, and he's been dangerous.
Oh, nice.
And he is ripped down from behind. Aiden Collins, with the carry. That kid's had a good game with those jet sweeps.
Yeah, that was a nice job. I think it was number 22, Jevin Hovey, getting across and making that tackle. But that was well done by the Sailors defense, and they're close. They really, a 3-and-out would be tremendous for this football team. Get the ball back in your offense's hands.
2nd down, 13 to go. Ball marked down just over the 40-yard line of Summit. Caleb from the gun. He's got 1 man in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to his left, and that one's complete. Cuts it back, Sailors, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. Just a little bit short. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's going to bring up a huge play in this game. They're at about midfield. They're on the 49-yard line of the Sailors, and you know what? The defensive line was a split second too late in getting to the quarterback because they had some men coming in back there. Big pickup for the Tigers. This is a huge 3rd down play at this point of the game.
So 3rd and 2, ball at the 49-yard line of Steamboat. And a quarterback keep here over the left side of the line, and he's going to get it as he falls forward for 3 yards.
That's a tough break for the Sailors. They were really showing some mojo on the defensive side of the ball, and to give up that big pass play, that kind of you could almost feel a little deflation here in the stands and with the football team. They got to dig down again. There's 8:45 left to go in this game. Sailors got to get the ball back.
1st and 10, ball marked down at the 45-yard line of Steamboat. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Caleb from the gun. Fakes the handoff. Looking. He's stripped. Ball down. And he is able to fall on the ball himself. So a big defensive play there by your Steamboat Sailors. And that looked like Ben Bogan.
I think it was. Number 12, Ben Bogan. And he got to the quarterback even though it looked like he was held. Looked like one of the linemen had him in an arm lock. But Bogan, using his strength and speed, was able to swing around to the outside and get to the quarterback and strip the football.
Second down, about 15 to go for the first, maybe 16.
Now, if that's a fumble, wouldn't it stop the clock?
You would think no, because it's a running play. And he recovered it. So snap, right. Quarterback keep over the left side, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, still on his feet, picks up about 7.
Another flag.
Flags all over the place right now. Picks up about 7 on the play. And let's see, the flag sort of fell in that neighborhood of holding.
Yeah, it did, but I'm seeing a little face mask signal. I'm seeing all kinds of signals, to be honest.
Let's see who this one's against.
It's going against Summit.
All right, we'll take that. I'd like to thank Chris Paoli and the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty. If you're searching for your own prime real estate, give them a call at 970-870-0552.
Sailors football team can't ask for many more opportunities. Every time Summit has been trying to get a little momentum going on the offensive side of the ball, penalties have destroyed them. The Sailors have got to capitalize on that.
Second down, about 21 to go for the first. Ball now marked down at the Summit County 44-yard line. Caleb loses the ball. Ball down. Sailors have it.
Sailors recover.
Oh, that is huge. Number, was that 57 or 67? River King.
Yeah, River.
The river floweth in the proper direction, downhill. A huge play by the junior.
Beautiful.
Saw his mom, Tony, today recording a ski house ad, and I am sure she is super happy right now.
That's outstanding, because this is great field position for the Sailors. They are on the 40-yard line of the Summit Tigers. Let's see if we can capitalize.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on the right hash. Gideon pitches over the left side. Little reverse over the left. And positive yards there for Davies as he picks up about 5 on the play. That was a bit scary as he was hanging out deep in the backfield.
Sailors got to work. The ball carriers got to work on protecting the football a little. They're doing the loaf of bread thing, getting it to the outside. The most important thing for a ball carrier is protecting the football.
That's fine if you're coming from the walk-in at Johnny B. Good's Diner. Not so much here in the middle of the field.
Absolutely
Second
correct.
down, 5 to go for the first. Ball marked down at the 35-yard line of Summit. Under the center here is Gideon. Handoff to Tracy. Tracy steps back, falls forward, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage maybe.
That was a good job by Tracy, believe it or not, to get back to the line of scrimmage, because there was penetration through the line by the Tigers, and Jamison was lucky to get to the outside.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. He actually lost a yard or 2 on the play. I'd like to thank Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals. If you've got friends coming to town, give them a call. Ask for the Locals Connection discount at 879-8000.
I'm thinking this offensive unit has got to be looking a little more to the tight end. 89 Beal has had a great game. He's shown he's got good hands. I'd be trying to get the ball in his hands.
2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Back to pass, 3-step drop, pump, steps up in the pocket, throws. He's got a man. In traffic, and he had shot open on the play, and it just fell in and out of his hands. That should have been caught, probably.
Tough play, but I believe we're going to find the Sailors going for it in 4th down. They're on the Summit Tigers 37-yard line. There is only 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. I just think you're in 4-down territory, and I know the quarterback's got to take what he can. Good job by the line giving him some time, but to pick up a 4 or 5 yards would have set him up so much better to get that all-important 1st down.
Griff.
trying to go for too much at once.
Back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, throws it. He's hit when he throws. That one's caught.
But it's caught.
No, incomplete. Went to his brother Gideon.
And just got jarred loose.
Cade was hit in the backfield just as he threw the ball, but man, that was nearly, and Cole came back but couldn't quite make the play, and it's going to be a turnover on downs here.
That was a tough break for the Sailors. They got the turnover, trying to capitalize to get the ball downfield. I'm just thinking that sometimes the offense just hasn't been able to find that cohesiveness, that flow that can help them to move down the field. And again, losing somebody at the beginning of the game, like number 40 Russell's a tough blow.
12-7 the score. Sailors down. Inside here. No, quarterback keep. Fakes it on the play action, and he runs over to the left side of the line and picks up 4 yards on the play.
And again, I think that was number 66 Myring getting into the backfield, forcing the quarterback to turn it to the inside and towards his teammates, and a good job by the Sailors defense. Number 66 Myring's been playing good football this quarter.
Third down, about 5 to go. Ball marked down at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. 1 man in the backfield, quarterback from the gun. And, misplay there. Quarterback's going to keep it, though. Runs over the right side of the line. Sailors read this one and knock him down at the line of scrimmage.
Going to bring up 3rd and long, and I was holding my breath because some of the best offensive plays the Tigers have had tonight have been broken plays where the quarterback gets to the outside and picks up big yardage. Good job by the Sailors to collapse in on that and make the stop.
Don't go to sleep on the Sailors. 4:20 left in this ball game here. 12-7 the score. They are down.
You could say this 3rd down play could be one of the most pivotal plays of the game.
2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. From the gun is Califf. And here's the snap. He rolls off to the left side, hesitates. He's got the first down, and he's going to stay inbound wisely as he lunges forward there to get an extra yard.
And great football awareness by the quarterback not to get to the outside and stop the clock. And do you see how he did it? He just took it to the outside, let his blockers get out there, let the play develop, knew he only had to pick up 3 yards, and that was a key first down conversion by the Tigers.
I'd like to thank Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane, offering you the best prices and service without leaving the valley. Shop local, sleep great. 1st and 10 for your Steamboat for the Summit County Tigers. Ball is going to be down on the Summit 49. Tigers moving left to right on your radio dial. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 1 man in the backfield with a quarterback running from the gun. Man moving left to right, gets it on the jet sweep. And he turns the corner. Sailors read it, knock him down. And he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage on that one. Good pursuit by your Sailors.
Really nice job by number 4, Leo Davies, to stretch that play out, tie up the ball carrier, and allow his teammates to come in and finish off the play. Excellent defensive play by number 4, Davies.
Brings up a 2nd down, about 8 to go for the first. Ball now on the other side of the 50, down at the 49-yard line of Steamboat. Clock no longer the Sailors' friend. 2:47 and counting here. Steamboat coaching staff's going to need to start using some timeouts here. We've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Caleb, the quarterback, inside handoff there. Sailors read this, pickup of about 2 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Nice job by number 71, Slowey, to go stand up the play. Kind of bull wrestle the ball carrier to the ground. Sailors use one of the timeouts you were just mentioning, and I think it was a good time to do it. Good time. You got 3rd and long, and you're telling your boys, when I said before that 3rd down play was pivotal in this point of the game. Now it really is. We come up with a stop here, And you know what you really got to do is stop them without picking anything up, because if they do and it becomes 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, they could go for it. And the way the running game's been going with the quarterback,
I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to go for it. They're in 4-down territory.
They really are, and if that happens, it could be the ball game.
Well, when you're looking for a timeout, stop by Johnny B. Good's Diner, bringing you the shake and bake play of the game. Johnny B's Downtown Steamboat, the best burgers, shakes, and more. Johnny B. Good's Diner, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
And right now, obviously, the Sailors shake and bake play was a double pass touchdown connection.
No doubt.
Hopefully, we'll be rewriting that script as they get one more touchdown to close out this game.
3rd down, about 5 to go for the first. 2:30 left in this ball game. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Caleb back to pass. Man in the back. Oh, Bogan nearly had him. Steps up and dancing. Caleb on his feet gets the first down, and look out.
He's gone.
Oh, he's going to take this one to the house, and I'm not seeing any dirty laundry on the field.
Heartbreaking.
That kid just won the game for the Summit County Tigers with some nifty footwork there, man. Holy moly. He was in an elevator. It looked like he was sacked for a loss.
That was heartbreaking. The Sailors did everything you want them to, except the last 1% of the play, which is finish it off with the tackle. The quarterback was flushed. He had pressure. He was chased. I think every Sailor defensive player had a shot on him before the first down, and they just missed, and that is just heartbreaking for the Sailors to have to endure that. That was just so disappointing. I feel so bad for these kids. They're out there. I'm watching the linemen as that play was setting up. And I mean, think about it, folks. They're playing the whole game. Kids like River King and Ryan Hansen and John Slowey and Caleb Cuevas, they're playing the whole game on that line down there in the trenches, just slugging, throwing punches for 48 minutes. And to lose it on a play like that is just, my heart's broke for them. It was a great game, and I really feel bad for the kids. And I'd like for them to know how proud of them we all are. They played a great game. It was entertaining, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And I just hate to see it come down to another broken play like that. That's a tough break.
19-7 the score, 2:15 left in this ball game here. An incredible play by Califf. You can't take it away from him. Cameron Califf has had a heck of a game, and that was what Coach told me, was you got to watch out for this quarterback. He can throw it, and he can run it. And you know the big problem is he's just a junior, so we're going to see him next year as well.
The way he was dancing back there. I mean, I thought, as every defender came at him, I thought, okay, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Somebody be the one to take him down. The Sailors just had too many missed tackles there.
Well, we still got time on the clock. Stranger things have happened. It is a 12-point game here, and that one's fielded at the 12. Running up over the 25 to the 30. Finds an opening out over the 40. So good field position by your Steamboat Sailors. And that was Jevin Hovey.
Nice job. Getting out to the 40-yard line. No quitting the Sailors. That's something you always want to see. These guys are up. You know, like you said, you never know. We got 2:09 left in the game. Who knows? Miracles. Yes, Al, we do believe in miracles. Give us one tonight.
It's as cold as it was in that ice rink in Lake Placid, I'll tell you that. 2:09 left in this ball game. Sailors send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on the left hash mark. From the gun is Gideon. Gideon back to pass. Rolls to his right. Looking, throws it. Oh, had his brother. And
he was galloping down the field before he had the handle on the ball.
Oh, There's been about 5 drops today.
There've been some tough drops. When you got a freshman quarterback, you got to give him every opportunity to help your team move down the field. Now, I wonder how that'll play out at the Gideon family dinner table this week. You think there might be a little call out by the freshmen?
I doubt it. Those two really love each other. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and Schott couldn't bring that one in.
And now, in Schott's defense there, you got to get, on a cold night, the ball's hard enough to catch as it is. On a cold night, it's amplified. You got to give your receivers the opportunity. And, like you said, there's been a few drops in this game, and that's a key part of it. When you got a freshman back there and he's slinging the rock around, when he puts it where it needs to be, you got to come down with it.
It's a balmy 31 degrees right now here at Gardner Field.
Warm 31.
Yeah, it was 27 last night for the soccer game. So 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, back to pass. Gideon steps up. He's got room. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down, and he gets out of bounds. Nice play by the freshman quarterback with 1:54 left in this ball game. He gets the first down, stops the clock.
Showing a little football savvy there. He knew the first down. He knew the sideline.
This kid is good.
Reminds me of Austin Hinder a lot. When you see him, he's tall and lanky, and you saw Austin filled out over the years, and he led his team to the state title game. They lost in the championship, but Gideon really reminds me of him.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball in Summit territory at the 48-yard line. Gideon throws it over the left, and that ball is incomplete. Jackson Beal. 1:50 with the clock stopping. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
And Beals had a great game, but again, that was a catchable football. I think part of the problem is that the freshman is putting some velocity on the ball.
He's got a cannon.
He does, and it's tough to come down with.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on the left hash mark. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He steps up, and he's going to pick up positive yards. Gets about 4 on the play. Sailors are going to need to hurry up and get this play off. Steamboat will call the timeout here, which gives us an opportunity to thank Luke Burlett and Burlett Roofing, full-service contractor specializing in damage restoration from roof damage. Visit them online at burlettroofing.com. So, a tough one here.
Oh, boy, I just keep seeing that one play that the Tigers ran a few moments ago to get the touchdown. I mean, if you're listening at home, you're not watching the game, trust me when I tell you, the Sailors did everything right, 99% of the play. They flushed him out. They collapsed on him. They just couldn't make the final tackle.
The kid was a magician back there.
He was.
I mean, you went back to 2009 and that team that went to the state playoffs with Austin Hinder. Well, let me tell you, that quarterback just then looked like Joe Dover, if we're going to go back there, the way he made people miss. It was an incredible run, and you got to tip your hat to him. But the Sailors, as you mentioned, have not given up here, man. It is 3rd down. They've got 8 to go. Clock is stopped after the timeout. 1:41 left in this ball game. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback throws that ball down the left sideline, and that one falls incomplete, intended there for Schott, just over his hand.
I don't think we were on the same page. And by we, I mean the receiver and the quarterback. It looked to me like, and I'm not saying one is right or wrong, don't misunderstand me there, but it looked like the quarterback was thinking fly pattern and the receiver was thinking pull up.
From the gun, clock stopped, 4th and 8. Sailors need to convert the first down at the very least. And that one thrown behind Beal. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's going to do it.
And I think there might have been a deflection at the line of scrimmage. One of the Tiger defenders got his big meaty paw up there and got a little tip on the ball. Be that as it may, that was a 4th down play. You're going to see the Summit Tigers, I would assume, just run the ball up the middle, possibly even take a knee, and that's going to do it for tonight's ball game. It's going to be a tough loss for the Steamboat Sailors.
Well, They played so well. You lose Finn Russell, you lose Story, you lose some pretty big, and even though the Sailors have better numbers than they've had in years past, it's just tough. And then you look at all the injuries this season, and it started with Diego Effinger, the original starting quarterback, and then Tanner Raper, the second-string quarterback, but he also played wide receiver, was a defensive back, punt returner. I mean, he was starting. It wasn't like he was sitting on the bench waiting to get reps.
Raper was a spark plug for this team, too. He brought a lot of energy. To lose him was a real tough break. And like you say, then you lose Jack Tracy, who's becoming a defensive leader.
Stud. Then
Story goes down, and Russell goes down. I mean, there's only so many injuries one team can possibly manage, and it's affected the game. There's no way around it. I know injuries are a part of the game, but when you lose some of your key components, it really is tough to overcome.
So the clock is rolling here as it is 3rd and long as the Summit County Tigers have taken another knee here. I don't know if they're going to be able to get one more play in or not. It looks like they may have to take one more knee here with it 3rd and long, and they do, and that's going to do it. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, Mountain View Car Wash, Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat Ace Hardware, the Paoli Group, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, and of course a big shout out to Johnny B. Goods bringing us a shake and bake play of the game. We can still talk about it.
If you're looking for the Steamboat one, it was the double pass Gideon to shot down the field for a touchdown. But boy, if you're really looking for the shake and bake play of the game, unfortunately that went to the Summit Tigers, who, you know what, I got to give props to them too, because that team came up here on a cold night. They're used to the cold. They're from Breckenridge.
Yes, they are.
So they're used to the cold, but to come up here and get in a slugfest and have a penalty marred game, and again I'm going to say penalty marred game, for the Tigers to bounce through and pick up a victory, they should be proud of themselves.
Absolutely. Cameron Califf, the quarterback here for Summit, had a very nice game. And I'll tell you what, called a lot of games against this Summit County Tiger team, and I will say this is one of the best teams they've fielded in a long, long time. This was a good match. Unfortunately, the ball just didn't bounce the Sailors' way.